Here we go.
Right, we're back.
No,
And we're back.
No, we can't be back yet.
So-
I'm not ready.
You crazy kids.
I think Mike should do the recap.
I bet he'd do wonderful at it.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
It's going to be a wonderful recap.
Yeah.
Oh, so who's gonna have the wonderful counter? That's the question.
I'm always counting.
And think to myself,
I got these digits.
what
They're
a
ready.
wonderful recap.
The episode started with our party breaking off to go celebrate the defeat of the Legion, having bested it in combat and broken the stone so it's held its essence in the ground. After a lot of party and merriment, they decided it was really late and they should head to bed, considering it was the wee hours of the
Notice
morning.
how Mike turns on the drama in his voice. the
I
inflection,
did Thalen for 2 years. Storytelling
Instead of
happens
just-
like this.
telling you,
Yes.
using words he probably doesn't understand.
Get back to it, radio voice.
Yes, sir! Having fallen asleep, Locke decided to run get some new clothes because he was pretty banged up and looking really naked. He didn't mind, though.
Does,
But he's made of metal.
does a Warforged ever really get naked, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We saw your soul crystal. We saw more of you than anyone else on this
My
planet.
All right, well, that
question-
was a little much. I'll be honest.
Look,
We
I
saw
know
it get touched.
A little
Right,
bit bad
like-
touch.
that there are a lot of questions involving like why the Warforged were created and everything. But my question is, why were they created anatomically correct?
Oh. I didn't describe that, but
None of this happened.
it's in
by
your
the
head
way.
now.
All this was in the imagination land of his head.
Yeah.
Then we decided to take a nap and move on with our lives, where we headed over to talk to the
Carry on.
Steel Confederacy, a group of dwarves who would hopefully be able to get us the adamantine we needed to best the creature guarding the dragon orbs, where we were stopped by members of the... It's on the tip of my tongue. It's so there. 1 second.
I'm going to look at my notes because I am an excellent player.
It's the mercenaries. No, that's not
They're from the Banner Alliance.
Banner, thank you. We were approached by the Banner Alliance, who recognized Soyasa's emblems and asked if she would be willing to take a commission to work and lead their forces. A lot of brains. A lot of
You
brains.
can do this.
No, I can't. Get worse.
I got you. You're all right.
It makes it worse. Where she asked for a little bit of time to think about it because she really didn't want to leave the friends that she's made in battle and combat. After talking with the dwarves, they asked that we all pledge ourselves to use the orbs against the dragons, nothing else. Most of the party agreed, but we needed the agreement of everybody. Godric was hesitant and decided to voice his opinions that he was worried about what they would be used for after they were used to fight the dragons, depending on what they did. So we decided to turn around and head back and wake up our lovable little goblin and see what he had to say. On our way back, Soyasa decided it was time that she could no longer be with the party because the more she stayed, the more she wanted to. So she stepped away to go lead the Banner Alliance to greatness and fortune.
Also wrong.
Also very wrong. Yeah.
It's the West Guard.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Mm-mm.
Also very wrong.
Look, he was just talking about how
because
good
you're
of a
the
player
DM.
he was, ladies and gentlemen.
No, hold on. Just because you're the DM doesn't mean that you're right all the time.
Oh, so
It does,
No.
because he can change the world and look at you and say you're wrong.
West Guard mercenaries.
Mhm.
Raymond and Castus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from the Banner
Who?
Alliance.
Yes.
But
That's who she's taking her officer.
Yeah, to take an officer
Yes.
commission with the Banner
Banner
Alliance and
Alliance.
lead a section of troops for them.
Yep.
There we go. Better phrasing.
that's
And-
mostly what I had written down.
With after some quick discussion, we also realized that we needed to find a way to get to Lior through a barge, where we decided to follow our ranger as he started to head to the city and then turn around and head towards the river. I remember that part. I just think I remember.
I remember that. I distinctly remember that.
I do because we all laughed at you.
Yeah. I distinctly remember that.
And
That was
that,
like, can't we just go to the river? Can't we just go to the river? I remember that. That was my favorite part of the whole night.
That was
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
that part.
picking up where we left off,
Oh.
which was big party decisions, knowing we needed to get to Lior, things in mind.
Sorry.
We head out to book passage. That's where we pick up.
That's true. That is where we pick up. Maybe. We'll see.
That's
I
true.
feel like
DM
it.
can totally be like, "Ah!"
It's been 7 more months. You guys don't remember anything.
Oh, jeez, not
At
again.
that, I'm just going to get up and
We
just like,
have a
bedtime now. I
problem.
can't handle this.
Meanwhile, back at the Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom.
Right, we were on our way to
All right, talk to the people for a second.
see if
Hi,
we-
people. How you doing? How's the weather? Also, Texel, thank you for your gifted sub to the community.
I gotta tell Lethal Lilith, I'm 100% with you on I could not possibly be keto because bread is my favorite food. So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
that's fair. Is milk keto friendly?
No.
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 The closer you get to full cream, the less carbs it has though. So like
Okay.
heavy whipping cream, keto. If you want to drink straight heavy whipping.
So-
Yeah, I'll
it's a
pour
bit
that in my
rich.
cereal and be happy.
It's a bit rich.
But like I think even whole milk has a decent amount of carbs in it.
That makes
It's
sense.
sugar.
Then I
It's a lot
definitely
of
cannot be
sugar in
keto because milk is lazy.
I also
Yeah.
discovered that I could never be keto because my cup of hot chocolate that I have almost every day has like 50 carbs. And I was like, "Ooh."
The important part is peanut butter. Is peanut butter
See, I
keto
would-
friendly?
I
Definitely
learned my
no.
food
Not the
pyramid-
one, not the peanut butter you're thinking of, because it's full of sugar. But if you go and make your own, yes.
Okay, then I definitely could not because I love my peanut butter.
See, I learned my food pyramid from that movie Atlantis. You know, that old dude, he's like, beans, lard, and lard.
That would work.
Yeah, that's keto.
Yeah.
It's keto. It's keto. So how's everyone doing? How's your week been since we've seen you last? What y'all been up to?
Wait, our characters are like walking out to go find this guy, right?
No, well,
we were
we're
going
to the.
we were going to go see if we could get a barge, like
First.
just, you know,
All right.
Yeah.
we're reconning.
What
Yeah,
about
and then we're
barrage
gonna-
barges?
What we were gonna do is we were gonna go get a barge, wake him up, get his agreement. If we all agree, we're gonna go head back, make an agreement. I know I want to stop by the blacksmith with you. Sorry, the weaponsmith with you.
Episode 91, Bards on Barge.
Barge on barge.
Someone write that down. Someone write that down.
Never thought I'd be on a
I'm gonna
barge.
barge in on the barge to tell him we
my
need
God.
to go to the barge.
And he needs to be the bard on the barge.
Oh, if I'm the only bard on the barge, I am the bard of the barge.
It's true.
Is there any other?
And the barge
Yeah.
will have been barded.
The barges will have been barded.
The
Once he gets on.
barge's bard will have been bested.
By the bard who's on a barge?
Don't understand.
Battle
what's happening.
bard.
It's a barrage of barges.
Battle bards on barges?
And
That's
so
okay.
I'll be on
There's
our
a
barge.
barrage.
There'll be another bard on another
Barrage.
barge, and then we'll have a battle of the
So,
bards.
battle of the bards on the barge?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. I don't know where we're going with this. It sounds good to me.
Did you know Hillsong was called Barded?
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Well, there you go.
So if we put him on a horse and he takes an arrow, it means he was a barding bard.
You take an arrow.
Oh.
Also, Kimma complimented all of our shirts. She said we all had really good shirts.
Yay! We all have really
We
good
do.
shirts tonight.
We're wearing nerd
I
shirts.
need to get more
Nerd!
actual D&D shirts,
Nerd
but I
shit
have a
for
lot of
nerds.
Legend of Zelda
It's
shirts.
nerd or nothing.
She even has a Hylian shield and a master sword.
Which
It
is
is-
badass, by the way.
It is an RPG.
We will see them eventually.
Yes. I think did we post, I think one of the pictures is posted
Yes,
on
if you
Instagram.
check our
that has
Instagram,
it.
you will see her wielding both.
Yes.
I wasn't sure which ones were on there, so I won't give anybody
Yes,
false hope.
I'm
Which
pretty sure I
ones?
saw that one on there
Okay,
last.
so that's one of the one. All right. So you head down to the docks where most of the merchant trading is done within the city of the Moon Elf city of Aleska. I'll try to reset the setting here. It's pushing towards evening at this point, so they're kind of setting down and doing the last minute like day trading with that they can, and you kind of just find one that looks like it'll fit all of you is what you're looking for, I assume.
Yeah.
You're trying to transport how many? 3, 4, 6 downriver or 5?
5,
6.
6.
5.
We've got 5
It's 5.
currently.
Oh, so I also left.
Soy sauce.
Damn it!
It does feel weird not having Kira.
Yeah,
Counting
it
the
is
soy
really weird that
sauce all
Kira's not
along.
here.
I mean, no one's ever going to fill those shoes.
So
Except
the
for
the Twin
soy
Severn
sauce.
River is actually a pretty big river. So these trade barges that come down from Aleska and up and down this river they're pretty large. So finding space isn't going to be an issue. Is there like a particular sort of like captain or something that you're looking for? Price range? Are you guys worried about how much you're going to pay to go downriver to?
We just want to get there fast.
Are you trying to go to?
Yeah, the barge needs to be painted red because those ones go faster.
That makes sense. You can probably find
Possibly a private barge, if we can. Can we just like pay for the barge just to ferry us just directly?
one. Like
So-
just
So one that just got unloaded and to
Yeah.
buy their whole cargo. So that
Yeah, depending how much gold that is.
Might be pricey.
Could be.
Yeah, it's not worth unless we ask.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go down there and look around.
Okay.
I think leaving sooner will be more important.
That's
than
the
how
point
much
is
it
that
costs.
we're more likely
The
to
river
leave.
district.
And
More
you're
likely-
trying to go to Sarona, so you can
Take the road right to Lior.
take the road to Marseille.
Marseille.
Because it would be in.
Yeah.
Once again, Lior is a kingdom. Mike,
Well, I was.
Marseille is its capital.
I didn't know if the other.
I'm
town
just
was in-
helping.
I
The whole
appreciate
place
you.
is, yeah. As a matter of fact, some of the ever-setting woods is partially owned by Lior.
Ooh.
So it's like the difference of saying I want to go to America or Washington D.C.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're taking. Okay, so then we're going from there to Marseille.
Yes. So, all right. Trin's not with you, so who's gonna do the bargaining?
I think that's me, probably.
You
That's probably
will
my
take
role.
us. No, I will break your
They
barge.
didn't choose her at all because Sorcerer's cast with charisma. I'm just saying.
Sorcerer's cast with charisma.
What?
They're so pretty. Magic happens.
I just imagine that that's kind of the case sometimes. It's like part of like her physical components is just like winking and it's just like boom, you know. Just,
Yes.
that's how she
Katarina
casts
can
charm.
wink.
Yeah.
Tara cannot wink.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for
Try it.
I cannot do it.
You
Well,
just
now we
did
have
with
to
both
see.
eyes. You just winked with both eyes.
So
You
just
did
do
it.
this.
You did a 2-eye wink.
Love it.
I
Someone
physically
clip
can't
that
do
so
it.
it's on the internet forever.
That was adorable.
Yeah. I can't do anything cool. I can't whistle. I can't do like the tongue taco thing.
Oh, I
I
can't
can't
whistle
do
either.
any of
I'm not
it.
so bad no
I can't
more.
do any of it.
Okay,
Tongue
so
taco.
as you kind of go through, you see several different boats of different varying sizes that you think might be able to take you. But you end up finding what looks like a fairly decent sized one big enough for the 5 of you. It doesn't look like it's going to require like a great deal. Like it doesn't look like it holds a lot of cargo to begin with, so buying all that space for yourself shouldn't be much of an issue. But you see the crew, it's like 4 people, and one of them who appears to be giving directions looks to be a halfling.
Alright, I will walk over to them.
Well,
Hello, what time of day is it actually?
it's getting close to like evening, and they're kind of shutting down for the day and securing it to the dock and everything.
Hello, how are you all doing this fine evening?
So he turns around and looks up at you and, I'm doing fine. What can I do for you?
I was actually wondering, you have a lovely ship here.
Oh, thank you.
How soon would you all be ready to set off?
Well, we're planning on spending the night here in Alaska, then loading up cargo tomorrow morning and heading out.
And where are you headed?
Downriver, Sarona.
What a coincidence. I have a few friends with me. We were actually wanting to head down that direction. Would you have room for 6 more?
I don't see why not. And what are we talking here? He's just kind of looking at you all because you're all there. You all look like I don't want to say that you look like troublemakers, but you know you can never really be too sure these days.
We're more like trouble responders.
Trouble responders. I
This
like
is a good
that
way to
one.
put it.
He's funny.
I apologize for our roughed up appearance. We recently fought a terrible evil which was plaguing this town.
Speak for yourself. These are new.
Ah, so you're the ones then that we've heard about.
What did you hear?
We heard that there was some terrible evil in the woods and a group of people dealt with them.
Yes, I
The
believe
details
that
are a
must be
little
us.
depending on which tavern you go to.
Of course. Yes, that would be us.
They heard we're badasses. I love this.
We have some more evil to fight down in Marseille.
Oh, okay. Heading all the way down to the capital, huh? So strange times in Lior.
We have some a contact there which we need for research purposes.
Okay, so this is a business trip then.
Yes.
Like what I'm really trying to get at is I'm not expecting to be attacked by like bandits or somebody on the river or
Oh,
creatures or monsters
heavens,
coming
no.
after you. Okay. Yeah, I think we can manage that. Why don't you sit here for a moment? Stay pretty, and I'm gonna go talk to my first mate, and we can see what we can work out real quick. And then he kind of just turns around, and peters off, and then you watch him clamber up onto the ship and approaches this. Actually, a fairly slick-haired looking human, and they just kind of have a short conversation, 2 minutes or so, and then he comes back down on the plank, and he's like, "Yeah, I think we could probably manage that for about 100 gold apiece or so."
Cheap. Seems kind of pricey.
I think.
Well, we're gonna have to shed some important cargo coming from here. We're taking Alaskan wine back to Serona, so we're gonna take a profit loss here.
I mean, do we care if they just take the wine too?
We can't fit you all. I have crew quarters, and there's only 5 of us.
Oh.
So we'll basically be
Oh,
putting you
that's a lot.
under deck in steerage area. We can make the space for you. It's a few days downriver.
Well,
Now we'll also feed you, and you're welcome to share in the wine that we're already transporting. And so you get board, you're gonna travel, and we're gonna feed you, and more importantly, you're taking up space. And even though you said that there's nobody after you, you're definitely the adventuring type, and based on what you just told me that you are responsible for killing that evil creature in the woods, I'm taking on a certain amount of risk bringing you on board anyways, even if it's minimal.
that's fair.
You're not wrong.
I would quite see us as added security, if anything. But I understand where you come from.
I would see you as added security too, but I'm not hiring you to be security because we don't really need it on the river. It's well traveled, and nothing really happens on it.
That sounds like a couple days vacation to me. I'd pay
Sounds
for it.
fair.
All right. Pull out the little box, sit it on the ground, tap it with my staff, and it grows. Open it up and pull out. There's only 5 of us,
So
right?
it'd be 500.
Yeah, it's 500 gold.
Count it out and I give him 500 gold.
Do you give them 500 gold pieces, or are you gonna give them some platinum?
I only have I have 14 pieces of platinum, so that's not going to make a whole lot of
I'm
difference.
just asking. Does anybody else have platinum?
That's what I'm
I do.
looking on right now. I think I do.
I can pay the 500 in platinum.
Is it 500 platinum or 50 platinum?
Well, it'd be 50 platinum.
Want to split it? 25, 25?
Oh, great. I'll keep my gold.
Yeah, I'll split it in 25 platinum.
Boom. So it's 50 platinum.
All right.
And we'll have to go get our friend, meet here in the morning.
Yeah, the morning's fine.
Great.
Excellent. We will see you then.
Okay, see you then. I'll be expecting you. I'm gonna take this and
What time in the
go pay a bonus to my good men. Well, cargo's normally loaded pretty early, so we'll wait for you. You're buying board on the ship, but try not to delay too much. I would like to leave Alaska before like mid-morning.
Earlier the better.
Yeah, we're not gonna just take your. I'm not gonna take your platinum and just leave. We'll help you out.
I trust you.
But I mean, we will eventually. Don't get me wrong.
Understood.
Did anybody get his name?
No.
No.
Name's Vinny.
Vinny. Vinny, I'm Alaric. This is Godric, Katarina, and Locke.
Nice to meet you all.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll see you all here back in the morning, okay? And go figure out all the details myself. And plan everything out. See what kind of space, help try to set you up. Hope you're okay with some hanging cots, because that's what we got.
I don't sleep, so
I don't know how fit.
I don't think I've ever transported one of your kind before, so I'm not really sure what to do for you.
nothing. All I need is space to sit.
As long as there's a pillow, I can lay on the ground.
I look forward to a hanging cot. That sounds fantastic.
Never slept in a hanging cot before.
New experiences all around. Wait. All right, see you back. And he turns and goes back onto the ship.
On the way back to the tavern, then, yeah?
Look, do you want to go to the weaponsmith with me? You have the other half of our money.
Oh, yes. Remind me again, what were you looking for?
Hopefully a maze right. I want to get the sword. I'm tired of the axe.
Okay.
I just want to see. And hopefully it's a maze right.
Okay. Well, sure. Yes. Is
Well-
anybody else... While we're out, we can pick up some other supplies. Do you all have anything you would like us to find?
Ask around about some, like a nice set of chainmail. I usually just wear the traveling leathers, but if we're walking into dangerous places, I think I might want some better armor. If a mage right happens to have some they can enchant or something,
We'd have to go to
rush down.
we'd have to go to armor.
Well, sure. I'm just saying, if you're out and about,
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
We will look around.
Yeah, works for me. But I don't know if they have anything my size, but we can see.
Well, I would be surprised if an elven maker makes anything that would fit your hand right, but it's worth a look.
Some of their personalities are beyond imaginable. I imagine one might go, I'm going to make a big one.
Sure, elves get bored. But, yes, let's go. That'd be a nice distraction.
Good.
well, I'm heading back to the tavern. Katerina,
I will come with you. We can
hold
update
out my
you.
arm.
I'll grab him by the arms.
Did you need anything while we were out, Katerina?
I do not believe so.
Good.
Spell components or anything? I'm probably going to pick some up.
Yes, actually, just
You know,
pick me up some extra of whatever you are getting. That should be fine.
All
I
right.
do not have specifics at the moment.
Excellent.
get some new guitar strings. I'm sure he has some, but after what he's been through, he might not be thinking about it.
Yes, that's not a bad idea.
Perfect. And are you writing this down?
Hmm?
I'm not going to remember it.
Catgut strings.
Works for me. All right. Well then, you were the one that went shopping. Where are we going?
Oh, right. I was mostly, yes, this way.
I follow behind him, and we're going to look for a weaponsmith, and hopefully one that has a mage right symbol on it. Looking for that specifically, actually.
Looking for a mage right?
Yeah.
Insignia?
Yep.
Alright. Make me a perception check.
Can I get
With
advantage?
help.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, with help. So with advantage. Technically.
Ooh, solid roll.
Would you roll?
Perception, right?
Because it uses his stats when you help him.
Okay, well then I rolled a 13.
So I rolled a 17 plus 5, so 22.
Okay, so 22 then.
Yeah.
So you're going to take the better roll. Okay. So,
Perceptive. Until there's beast in front of the area of perceptive.
do you, are you specifically just looking for a mage right symbol, or are you just looking for people, like vendors selling magic items in general?
If any of them have like weapons, I might stop by. Like if I see a weapon vendor, I might stop by and ask.
All right.
Because it is a new
So-
city, so I'm kind of just
Yeah.
kind of perusing. I'm kind of excited to start looking for a new sword. Like that bandage, like.
So, after carousing like the adventurers district, you go through a couple of different vendors, people trying to hawk you something. You find this kind of thin, straggly like goblin at one point is trying to sell you on these swords, and he's just like, he's like, oh no, it's perfect magic. You pick up a few weapons, a few swords. Nothing is of like the kind of quality that you're really looking for. There's so many to go through in this part of the city. Eventually, though, you come to like a rough-hewn stone, like 2-story building with this large, like kind of centralized boulder, and it's kind of overgrown by the trees and the roots of the large Alaskan trees of the ever-setting woods. It has this sign, and you see the mage right symbol, and you can see like a smokestack coming out of the back, and it's actually, upon viewing it, it's like there's a 3rd story probably where this person lives inside the tree that's behind it. And you enter, and you see a large smithing area with like multiple anvils and 2 separate forges and all weapons and armor. At a first glance, everything looks like it's the kind of quality that you need. But you see sitting kind of in the center of the floor, this like large husky gold dragonborn, and he's clad in these bright kind of decorative clothing, and he's sitting there on like this ornate, like almost, you've seen rugs like this before, so you recognize it as a Sudanese, what would that be, hookah rugs that they decorate with, multiple pillows, and he's like just sitting there and like gnawing on something in his jaw, and you can see like his tongue keeps like flipping out and going out the side, and he's chewing and just chewing, and finally like reaches in there with his claws and just pulls out this large like garnet that he's chewing on, and it's like chipping at it, it's dripping with saliva, and he looks up and sees you, and then puts it back in the corner, and with his tongue just kind of pulls it back in. He's like, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
Actually, I was hoping to see if you had any great swords.
He goes, "Oh, hold on a minute." Pulls out the garnet, puts it into a pouch, pulls out a red one, goes, "Yeah," and puts that one in instead.
Have I seen this behavior before when I was in Emrath?
Make a history check.
I will take that. What is my history stat? Check the stat before you roll, Mike. Efficiency.
-5.
I actually don't even know what the history stat is. There it is. 6. It's flat roll.
I mean, you have, but not maybe directly like this. It's kind of just a result of their draconic heritage.
Oh, okay.
To them, it'd be no different than like eating candy. And they may even just swallow them, and they sit in like their digestive system and help them digest like harder foods and stuff. But it's kind of just one of those strange ticks that Dragonborn picked up from their dragon ancestors with like gold, and you've seen it with like gold pieces, or like they have a specific ring or something that they like that they keep on that they'll like lick or put in their mouth and then put it back on their fingers. It's just, you didn't see Soyasa do any of it. Probably too refined to do that in public. But
I see. Okay.
But yeah, you have seen this before.
Okay.
But I'm looking for a great sword, one that is magical, and I'm hoping to trade.
One that fits your size, right?
If you got it, yes.
Maybe. Hold on. And he goes over to the weapons racks, and he's kind of just looking, and he picks up a couple, he's sizing them, looks at you, puts it back. He does that for several moments, and finally finds one that he thinks is the right length for you, and he brings it over to you, and he says, I think this one might. What kind of enchantments are you looking for?
I don't even know, to be honest. We're about to go fight something made of, what was the material? The not adamantine. The anti-magic metal.
Ah, Dimaterium.
That would be the one.
Well, none of these are really going to help you then.
I know. Unless you have adamantine, adamantine.
I don't.
Adamant, thank you. Truthfully, I'm just looking for a well-made greatsword, maybe something that hits a little harder. That'd be about it. Truthfully, I don't know. Generally, when I'm swinging it, I'm a little angry.
Let me see real quick. And he leaves, goes back past the forges, then he pokes back out. Don't touch anything.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Goes in the back.
I'm like,
Touching everything.
After about 15 minutes, he comes out with this very graceful, beautifully crafted elven sword. And he comes and brings that up to you. I've had this one for a while. I haven't been able to sell it.
Why not?
Don't know. It's expensive for one thing. Are you interested?
May I hold it?
Yeah. So it's in this sheath, and it looks like it's made out of it's meant to emulate like wrapping vines and ivory just kind of running up into the scabbard. And he hands it to you, and you can inspect it.
I would like to inspect it, pull out the sheath, check
Pull
the
it
blade.
out the sheath. Yeah, gotcha.
That's not right phrase.
Yeah, elven blades are one-sided, so
Okay.
there's only blade on one side,
blade on one
gold on
side.
the other.
Okay.
They're made for a specific style of fighting that moon elves and elves have traditionally used for a really long time. Everything about it seems really great.
Is there any chips,
no,
nicks on the mark of the blade?
no. There is the smither's mark for who made it, so that you can track it back, because elves take a lot of pride, just like dwarves, in who makes them. And there's magic runes on it, inscribed in Elven. But outside of that, the blade is really light. It's beautiful. It'll do the job based on what you're looking for.
How much?
Well, it's really a splendidly crafted sword, but outside of that, there's not much to it, which may be why I haven't really been able to find a seller for it directly. With so many other magic weapons and such that people bring to me, this one it's fairly plain, but there's probably, I feel personally that there's something special about this weapon. Its name is Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn, was it? Well, would you be interested in maybe trading?
I could,
Well, it depends on the trade.
I could help to identify any interesting traits about it if you'd like.
No, I don't think so.
I have a weapon that helped me kill a beholder.
Well, what is it? I assume it's the axe that you're carrying.
I reach over, I grab it, and I want to unfurl it. Like, activate the ability so I can show it to him, and then hand it over.
Okay, so he takes it, looks at it, kind of wields it, looks at the blades. Well, it's a sturdy make. Dwarven, it's old. Where'd you find it?
Actually, I think I found it in the lair of the beholder before I killed it.
Yeah, but where was the beholder's lair?
Where was that? Underneath Rivergate.
I recognize these marks. Clan Ironhelm.
Underneath Rivergate.
That makes sense.
It is a good weapon. It is. Growing up,
what do you think its trade in value is?
So,
What's your credit score?
Yeah, what's your credit score?
So I'm going over to a table that has an orrery on it, and I'm kind of messing around with that.
Dragonborn looks over. Don't touch that.
I would like,
Fine. He's just chewing on the gem, and you can hear it it sounds like it would hurt, because you can hear it grinding against his teeth.
Can I roll?
But he doesn't seem to fucking bother him. It's no different than having a jawbreaker.
So can I roll a history check to kind of remember how nice of a...
You can do whatever you want.
You're right.
There's only one for the night, everybody.
Ah.
We got every single session, can I?
So, using my experience in the forge with my father and crafting weapons, how nice of a weapon would I say this axe is? Could I roll a history check for that?
You already know it's a nice axe, so that's not what that's not going to determine its
So I would
value.
like to roll. Okay,
We're bartering. This
Yeah.
isn't a straight exchange of money. You may win and you may lose.
I want to roll a history check to see how expensive I think this axe might be. And it's like rarity, like an uncommon.
I mean, isn't it on your thing?
Oh, fuck, you're right. Yeah. That's true.
Maybe a history check to identify unique aspects about this axe that add value.
How old is this orrery? It doesn't have Ishtar's star.
That's
It just, I don't know.
it. I'm gonna do that.
Maybe
It's
certain
a
techniques.
good axe. It's not common. It's worth a lot. I'd say this axe and 1,000 gold might be a good exchange.
Wait. Who's 1,000 gold? That's nearly everything I have.
We're starting with mine.
All right. I hope this sword is worth it.
It's better than the axe, hopefully.
I still have to get components.
All my money then. Mine.
We worked very hard for a very long time for the gold we have. Suddenly it went missing in hell, which, all things considered, better than other things that have gone missing in hell. But I'm just, are you sure you can't just keep using the axe, maybe?
I would like the sword.
I hope the base price of the sword is like 700 gold.
That's true. Actually, can I want to inspect the sword and
I'll give you
estimate
this
its
and
worth.
1,000 deal.
But look, I want it.
Well, you don't have any familiarity with elven craftsmanship. So you, based on the fact that it is a magical weapon,
All the other kids have swords.
that it's fairly old, and the make of it is really good, you're assuming that at a very minimum it's going to go for like the base price of basically a +1 weapon.
Okay.
Is what you're looking for.
Okay, so yeah, 1,000 gold plus the axe, which is a +1 plus more. Yeah, this seems like a pretty okay deal. Actually, I'd probably say
A straight trade. This axe for that blade.
we go from there.
That's how bargaining
Make a
works.
persuasion check.
You offered me the
It started
1,000.
way.
Yeah, you started pretty generous there, Fred.
Oh,
Calling me the fuck out.
oh, wow.
3.
Sure, the straight trade, fine.
I'm suspicious.
Deal.
All right, let me draw up the receipt then. And he goes back and starts filling out all the proper paperwork to transfer it to you, and for you to transfer the axe back to you, basically.
Yep.
The work on this orrery, it reminds me of that little gnome fellow we met who made the timepieces. Yes?
Oh, it has been a long time. I forgot about him.
So
Good on everybody.
about 5 minutes later, he comes over. There's the contract, the price. It's a trade. You bartered it. You basically signed that. There was no spells cast or nothing. You certify that you're not an asshole, basically.
So,
And it's a straight trade.
So,
So
in the chat, it was announced that the lucky number is 8. Texel immediately rolled an 8 the second it was announced.
Well, I thought the lucky number was always 20 right now until someone rolled it.
That was my
Senor
understanding.
Farface, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us.
So, I mean, yeah.
Oh, Texel, Legendary Action Official lied to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Legendary Action Official is wrong. The lucky number is 20 until someone rolls it.
Because it's fun that way.
Because it's never been rolled, so
We're,
therefore it just
we're
has to.
demoting Legendary Action Official to Legendary Action Unofficial.
Senor Farface
So-
says that they love the positive vibes in your stream action gang. I haven't been able to play D&D with my friends since COVID.
Yeah, talk to
So
them for a minute.
it means a lot to have a nice chill D&D stream to hang out in during these crazy times. Toot toot fart gang blasting out
toot
the
toot fart gang.
yeah toot toot fart gang blasting out the blank with love and support.
Blasting out the
We're allowed
ass
to
with
swear.
love and support.
We're allowed to swear when we're role playing, but we won't read somebody else's
Oh,
swear
no, it
words
just
out
feels
loud.
wrong.
Thank you for calling that, because my brain was going like,
What?
why did you bleep that?
Also,
Oh, no.
Senior Fart Face. What a name.
He's also been watching Luthok from the old episodes. He's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, wait a
you,
minute.
this guy.
I love that you bring that up.
I can't wait.
Oh man, that's so
Are
funny.
you guys farting? You maybe.
Pikachu,
What?
thank you for following.
What? I never fart. They took the organ out of me that makes farts in Iraq. They
The
took it out of
sphincter?
me. Yeah.
Intestines?
Soldiers never fart.
Whoa.
I'm not
I've
buying
met
that.
soldiers.
Yeah.
I thought farting was
You forget we had one at the table for a while.
We did.
He seemed pretty gassy.
That's where we're going. I'm having a flashback.
Okay.
You know.
Just want to double check that real quick.
So the lucky number is 20, and Texel didn't win.
Yeah.
So I guess Texel can
He's also
suck it.
that makes him a loser.
He didn't win. He lost.
Yeah, and a
Therefore,
loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, the sword's yours.
Ooh.
As far as you can tell, it's a +1 weapon. You have to attune to it to find out if there's any other additional
Ooh. That is down to it. All right, sounds good.
features.
It's yours now.
Or identify if you will let me finish. Both those work.
I'll wait till we leave and then hand it to you.
I'll do this when we get back.
All right.
Well, you can hold on to it though.
Go on. I'm putting it
But it's
on
yours now. So I am curious why he didn't want me to identify.
I'm imagining something's wrong with it, but I'm fine. It's what I was looking for.
Well, what if when
The
you
blade looks exquisite.
you claim it, it just I don't know kills you.
And I was weak.
That would be
No, it
a
was.
terrible business model for that fellow, but he might not know.
I'm just saying, if it killed me, you might have a problem with him.
Well,
And his shop and his tree.
all those things are true, but you'll be too dead to worry about that.
I'm hoping you will avenge me in some form or another.
Vengeance would be assured, my friend.
Then we are good.
But I don't know how many favors we can keep asking for these whole resurrections.
That's true. Thankfully, I've not died yet in my life.
Well, yes.
Yeah, it means I would be dead, right?
Yeah. I can't do it. And until now, we've been just traveling on our own. So, yes.
I don't know. I mean, there's times I sleep and wake up and I'm like, did I die? It was
You know
really
what?
long.
You know what I'm remembering? We haven't had a time to rest in so long. We haven't done your lessons in a while.
What lessons?
Don't
Oh, those ones.
don't pretend you don't know.
All right, the memory game. I
You're still
understand.
not reading at the level I would like, and
Common is a hard language.
you haven't tried the prestidigitation in a while.
We can go do that at the tavern. I want to eat.
You should be able to pick it up. That's all I'm saying.
Then we can try. It's been 10 years. I'm waiting for it.
10 years on Presto. That's fine. We're gonna get it. You'll be able to light torches in no time.
I'm excited.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
Is that what you said 10 years ago?
Okay.
Magic doesn't
Either
come
way,
to him so much.
Thank you for the sale. Tell others about Hundred's wondrous blades.
Endless wondrous blades. I'll remember that. There's a nice forge you have.
Whatever.
I like you.
Go, you'll scare away the other
Okay.
customers.
When they are weak. Everything is weak today.
Any other shopping that either of the two of you need to do?
No, I mean,
started-
I'm just gonna take out some gold for, like, spell component stuff.
Okay.
And I'll get Katarina's. You know, just like, I don't know.
If it has a GP value listed, you need to find that stuff.
Yeah. I will get it while we're sitting.
Oh,
out.
and then I'm just gonna run to an armorer, just a basic armor, and get some chainmail.
Just the basic armor. Okay.
Do you have any?
I look for
Alright.
Let me know if you have any, like,
He didn't ask for
spells
midnight. He just said some
that
chainmail.
require component.
So I'm gonna
Get it
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
poke my
looking
head
for
back
notes
into the
if they need
weaponsmith.
anything.
Pardon me. Is there an armorer nearby?
Throw a rock in the street and find one.
Thank you.
I walk out. I pick up a
You
rock.
passed a whole bunch of people selling arms and
I walk out and
weapons.
throw a rock though.
Yeah, any adventurers quarters?
Huh, he did it.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Some dude steps outside and goes, "You need an armor?"
You want to have my dex to it?
Yeah, it's an attack roll, right?
All right.
Why did you throw it that hard?
Thankfully, it's not that bad.
You
I am
murdered a
proficient in
small
rock
child.
throwing.
I'm trying to decide whether or not he does hit anybody in the crowded street.
20.
20? Oh, you for sure hit somebody. It fucking, you pick it up, you throw it. It actually goes across the courtyard and fucking beams the armor on the back of this rather aggressive looking fucking black dragonborn, who immediately spins his head and begins looking around. And then you see this this
arm
blood
down.
elf
What are you
next to
doing?
him like reach up and hit him on the shoulder. He like looks at him, they exchange a conversation, and they continue heading into the workshop that they're headed towards.
He told me to throw a rock. That was probably the guy who could sell me armor.
I know you are doing this just to pick a fight or do something silly. Why? Why are you doing this? We're trying to relax.
That is me relaxing.
Months. We were stuck in hell for months. How are you not at least a little sore?
I don't remember. You don't remember.
Your muscles remember. I know they do. That's how the biologicals work.
Let's go buy stuff. Fine.
Fine.
I find a guy who's selling armor.
I need chainmail.
Throws a rock just because someone told him.
And
Yeah, so you find a
Jump in the river because someone tells you.
you actually find this kind of thin and but fairly like tall for their size gnome, and he's just like sitting there, and he has this like stand of all these really clean, polished looking armor and weapon sets, and he kind of looks up at you. Oh, you're looking for armor?
I need some chainmail for a friend of mine.
Ah, I have some chainmail. Do you know what your friend's sizes are? Is this for you?
No.
Is this for the guy next to you?
Close enough.
Actually, yeah, that is pretty close.
All right. Well, I have this wonderful set of Mage Right crafted armor. It comes all the way from Bravadis. It's very stylish. Comes with all the necessary parts. And you're going to get the gambeson and everything you need underneath.
And how much?
How much you got?
I like you.
No, hold on.
I like you too.
Is that your attempt at
This is
persuasion?
this
I
is
like
a me.
you.
This is a me and you conversation. Just he can. Shh.
Oh, what is? Fine, I'm gonna distract myself.
So it's +1 chainmail.
Well, I'm not there.
+1, Jesus Christ.
The most I'd be. It's good chainmail, but it's missing something. It's just not quite done yet. I don't know what it is. Call
He
it.
kind of looks at it. He's like,
Yeah.
he has all the parts. It's like the armor, the chainmail is like on the stand, and next to it, all folded up, are all the like individual components on like its own table, and it's like that for each one on its armor stand. So he's like this wonderful, this dwarven plate mail and all this other stuff. And
1,000 gold.
Deal.
Done.
He's all right. It's yours. Take it.
I give him 1,000 gold and I take the armor.
Oh, you have 1,000 gold?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Not anymore.
So
You're almost broke now.
I'm standing behind you.
Oh, by the way,
You do. Here's another. We're gonna add this to the.
I'm
list.
not paying this. He's paying it.
What? Who? What?
Alaric, he's going to pay it.
He's going. Did you agree? I don't think Elric has that much kind of. Did you ask him, or did you just put him in debt to you for no reason?
That one.
What?
That one.
So the gnome's like, hey, you're crowding this dog. Get out of the way.
Sorry. Do you have a bag?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen.
No.
I have the bag of holding you. You're killing me.
Just put the chainmail in there. It's fine. It doesn't weigh like 20 pounds.
I take out the bag
It
of
might as well
holding.
be fucking nothing compared to the Goliath someone carry.
I take off the bag of holding and I toss it to you.
You have a bag of holding?
Yeah, it's the one thing we kept. Everything went missing inside. Odd, right?
Everything inside? Wait, we had the bag of holding? When did we have a bag of holding?
All right, so you guys have this conversation
Since
as you're
before
gathering
hell.
the stuff, and
Yeah, and then we're heading back to the
Dark
tavern
Lake
after.
Tavern.
We need to discuss your bargaining skills.
I feel like I was the better man. I won.
Start low.
It was low.
It's low because it wasn't yours, all right?
Yes. Maybe.
You're terrible. Give me the bag.
All right. I give him back holding with the armor in it. Okay.
Right, so you go back to the Darkwood Tavern. At which point you see Alric, Katarina, and Trin eating dinner.
He's back.
Hey, I'm Alric.
Yeah.
I bought that armor for you.
Oh, you found some.
A really nice kind.
Well, let me see it. I'll move my plate out of the way on the table.
Bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Also, hi, Trin. How are you? How are you holding up? Good?
I'm famished.
Good.
And I pull out.
This goblin's just
The armor.
peeking over the table, just...
All right. So what's this chainmail look like?
It looks like chainmail.
Describe
Really nice, shiny armor.
Describe your
Um,
+1 chainmail, friend.
Sparkly.
It looks like it's in the style of Bravashan chainmail, which in itself it kind of has pauldrons on it, so it's kind of a halfway between like half plate than just chainmail, like alone. But it comes with the gambeson and all the other stuff that you need underneath, and it's very so it has that fashion. It has the slash sleeves and everything, and
Right.
it's fitting into like that Lange Connect, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
This is some fine chainmail.
It's not necessarily. You might want to go get it dyed or something. Maybe
Oh,
some
yeah?
earthy tones.
Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah.
Bright and pretty. Okay. Well, I have my own gambeson. I can always wear that.
Does chainmail cause disadvantage on stealth checks?
I believe
Correct,
it
sir.
does. Yes.
Yeah, just checking.
Yes, it was really nice. I got it for a deal.
How much?
You owe me 1,000 gold.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay.
You taught me this one. If you want, we can do payment plans.
I didn't teach him that. That was a gnome.
The interest is not too high.
I told
Well-
him he should start low.
It was low.
Where did you buy that thing?
A gnome.
Yeah, I get it. You got it from a gnome, but what gnome?
Some guy.
Sounds questionable to me.
But no, what can you give me now? I'm not an asshole.
Well, I can give you all of it. I just didn't know that I was going to be spending that much.
So do you not want it? What are we doing here?
I look at the rest of the party. Suppose I just have them take it back for fun.
So
Come on, you can afford it. You're practically royalty, right?
was the 1,000 gold pieces
Yes,
their
practically.
counter offer to your original offer?
No. That was my final offer.
That was his first offer.
And final.
You never go with the first offer. What's the matter with you?
He
I
got-
do believe that if they took your first offer, you did not offer low enough.
Yes, we're trying to teach him that bargaining is not combat. The quickest way to the end is not the best way to the end.
All right. Next time we go shopping, I'll go too, and I'll show you the art of the deal. And if they don't agree to the deal, then I can always teach you the art of the steal.
What is that? Like metal?
I'll save that for another time.
Give me 800 gold.
Well, I have 1,000.
Give me 800.
I give him 1,000 gold.
Oh, sucker born every day.
Listen, Godric,
Weren't you babysitting him or something?
I'm sorry. I was distracted. It's all very
You're
interesting.
like Elric. You're almost elvish, right?
I like magic.
I'm almost elvish.
With the, read this.
And I pull out the sword.
Oh, I can read that. If it's elvish.
Yeah, I pull out. I don't know if any of the elven inscriptions are in here readable.
That
He
says
who touches this has bad problems.
No, it says made from fool's magic. I think it's fake.
I think I got this right. You have to tell me.
I'd be very upset. I might go see a dragon.
Actually,
Sent you a picture.
since I don't eat and we're all going to be sitting around the table,
Oh.
set that over here, would you?
Yeah, I put it in front of him.
And I begin to identify.
I couldn't remember what was the protecting area around the neck was called, so I don't remember.
But yeah, there you go. There's some
Gorgeous, right?
+1 chainmail.
Yeah, that's right. Gorget and everything.
Yeah.
That's cool looking.
Gorget, French words.
Is it Gorget or Gorget?
It's Gorget.
Gorget?
Gorget.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, so I began the identify ritual, which takes 10 minutes.
I'm eating.
Okay.
Did you filter in on everything that was going on?
We did.
All right.
But I'm sure we all want to be waking up early in the morning so that we can go talk to the dwarves before we set off.
That is. Oh yes.
Did you find the guitar strings?
Yes. I thought they.
No, we
No?
didn't come across any music.
Remember, audience, I did ask, is there anything else you want to do before you go back?
Trin, do you play on catgut or something else?
It's back here as I reach up and I pull out my guitar and it's all the broken strings. Still, it kind of dangles there.
The neck and body are fine, though. It's just the strings that kind of snapped and rolled up. Maybe one of the tuning needs to be, like, fixed, but it will still work for the time being.
It's in pretty sorry shape. This was a real special place to me. I haven't gotten a chance to repair it. I'm just so tired. You wouldn't believe this, but coming back from the dead just takes a toll.
Oh, I
wouldn't know.
I don't really know. No, I didn't quite cross over.
Yeah, can we just...
I do have an eye patch now, though.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
What's under there?
Andy, just because I think
Yeah.
you'd
The
enjoy
eye's
it.
broken and cracked.
Kim
and
says the Terrowyn's most
Incredible.
famous bard. Haven't you heard of Billy Elvish? That's good. I like that one.
I think
She's
Trin's
overrated,
Terrowyn's
highly
most famous
overrated.
part.
She doesn't even sing. She just kind of whispers at people.
But,
Dissonant whispers.
I'm more of a
So,
fan of David Bowstring myself. A little bit.
nice. So the question, we're pledging, yes? We got the plan.
What?
So, after identifying, it's a +1 weapon that, when attuned with a command word, it does an additional 1d6 lightning damage.
Oh, that's right up my alley.
how many uses? One per short rest? Or just...
That's not what I said. Is that what I said?
Lightning greatsword. Just
Did I
read
say
it.
there were charges or uses? I
Lightning
think it just said use speak the command word and it does one additional 1d6 lightning damage.
It's like a flame tongue, but you know,
Well, just a little bit weaker than
That's
like,
fine!
the same function.
He's so happy.
He's so happy!
It's also dainty and elvish, so you have to wield it with
Yeah,
your pinkies.
Pinky's out.
It's definitely not made for you, like whatsoever. He found a sword that was big enough that you can wield it, but it is most definitely like your hand, like it is not designed for you to use whatsoever.
It's probably real small.
Could I re-half
Yep.
the blade?
You could take the blade and have it rehafted, probably.
Okay, so something to work on.
Yeah, you probably could have had him do it there.
So that's what it does.
That's a good deal.
Now, the only thing else about it that stands out is just it has a weaponsmith's mark, and that's it.
Is the weaponsmith's mark an Elven?
Yeah.
Can you read that?
No.
Read that. Whose name is this?
It says Trin, the goblin.
I must have made that in one of my fanciful drunk nights where I
Just put
black
things in
out.
my face and say, read that.
I went shopping
Hey,
for you.
I'll
Damn
read it.
Godric, I'm a ranger, not a reader.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I was
Isn't that
going
what
to read it, but I'm being
Let me
ignored.
finish my meal.
Oh, not fair enough. I'm sorry.
I'm chopped liver over here. Speaking of chopped liver, more liver. Ah.
So you didn't read it for him?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, I read it. I didn't tell him what it
Okay.
said.
Well, I'll send you a message so you can see what it said.
All right.
But anyway, so you
Well, we've hired the barge. Our goblin is healthy and filling himself.
Oh, yeah.
In order to get some weapons that we need, though, we do need you to agree to something.
Here's the components as well.
Agreed. That sounds very loaded. Like a very loaded question.
It
We
sort
have
of
to
is.
agree to use the orbs to fight dragons.
That is the stipulation of the dwarves.
I thought the plan was to destroy the orbs.
Yeah, exactly. We have to go against what the plan is. or us.
Without the help of the dwarves, we may not be able to even get the orbs. We may die trying.
We do need the weapons.
So what was the help exactly? They get some adamantine weapons or something?
And then they're going to send weapons to the Banner Alliance as well.
They will essentially arm both us and the Banner Alliance.
Well, the plan should still be destroy the orbs.
I am okay with destroying them eventually. I want them broken. I don't want to see what they can do after.
What they can do after?
We don't know what they do.
No.
They like shoot like ancient dragon breath in every direction.
What the hell? Hold on. I may have got some literature on this. Oh. As I reach into my bag that's there by our booth, I'm assuming we have, and I pull out my equipment. I reach into my equipment and I look into my inventory, and oh no, it friggin' moved. There we go. And I start flipping through a book, and I would like to make a history check to see if there's anything in my book that talks about the dragon orbs being used in any other way than just manipulating dragons.
Yeah, there isn't.
There's that's all they do, apparently.
Inside your book, there's only a couple of stories that revolve around the Dragon Knights, and none of them involve the dragon
orbs themselves. Never mind. I'll put my book away.
Again, we're pledging to use them, and then afterward, I think we can break them.
I think we can worry about that after we get them.
All right, then we're gonna go to bed, wake up in the morning, go pledge ourselves, get on a barge to wherever the hell we're going.
You know, and at the end of the day, if we save the realm, it's like, the dwarves can be a little mad.
I must say I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. When we destroy them.
Well, then,
Pretty set. on
Dwarves don't get
destroying
a
them.
little mad, though.
Oh, a little really murderous. They'll thank me later. Well, they'll thank us later.
What specifically do you know about the orbs that makes you so eager to have them destroyed?
Hey, I got.
You're supposed to be a lore walker, right?
we can
Holder of secrets and knower of knowing.
Ah, yeah, you're so funny. It's not something you want to spread around.
Would anybody believe it?
I'm hurt. You slashed me with your words.
Well,
And no one would believe it, because it's of course not true.
my words actually can't do any actual harm. Yours can.
Oh yeah, they can, you better believe it. But yes, we should destroy them.
I would like to know why. And if we can't discuss here, I'm going to need you to tell me eventually.
We can talk about it eventually. On the way. Let's get the orbs first, then I'll explain it.
Well,
Well,
I'm all for getting the orbs. Not so much for using them, but the dwarves don't need to know.
Well, then how would you suggest we stop the dragons?
Well,
we're going to need the dwarves.
it's a working plan, right? Not everything's in place yet. There's.
Well, but if your plan doesn't have an answer, but the other plan does, then wouldn't that be the better plan?
No. See, sometimes plans are like a piece of art, and you're really not sure what the rest of it's going to look like till you get halfway through. It'll become apparent. It'll all be apparent.
I'm just saying, if I'm not going to give them my word if I'm not going to keep it.
There's no accounting for the future.
What if the rest of us who might not keep their word are the ones that get it? You just happen to be there, right? You're like, I would totally use them to destroy stuff. But it's like, it's not actually you that's got it. The rest of us got it.
If you are saying that you will not make if you're saying that we need to destroy them, that means we need to destroy them. If you know what they do and it is dangerous, why aren't we destroying them?
Well, of course they're dangerous. Why do you think they're hidden? Why do you think they were pledged to be destroyed previously?
We cannot do anything with them until we have them.
That's not true. We can promise them before we have them.
Yes, we can promise a lot of stuff.
Promises are a good currency. Let's spend it.
Promises are a good currency, and they are worth spending, but they lose value if we break our promises.
Maybe
We can't
so.
go into a pledge knowing we may be willing to change our mind later. That's not what a pledge is.
Especially not with dwarves.
I intend to use those orbs, so I have no.
I intend the same.
As do I.
I have no moral issue right now. I will tell the dwarves that I would use them to destroy the dragons on Alameda.
Well, how about we pledge, and then we have the whole trip for me to convince you you're totally wrong and we should destroy the orbs.
Let's do that.
Fine. I highly doubt you're going to be able to convince me.
Ah, pretty convincing. Look at me. Yeah.
Look at him.
Look at me.
I'm
Well, you
convinced
have
that he
convinced
can
me not
convince.
to knife you in your sleep.
Hey, we're halfway there.
So we go back to the dwarves then. Steel Confederacy would probably want to hear from us pretty quickly.
What they can offer would make a huge difference battling dragons.
Yes.
It's an ends means thing. They have means, we have ends. It'll be great.
Have you been drinking?
No.
You should start.
Have you been drinking?
I always have a drink.
That's what I like to hear. So drinks on you.
Okay. I'll have an ale, and my goblin friend will have a water.
Oh, wow. This one's clever. It's going to take some work to get you on my side.
But then since we know what we're doing, fine. I'm going to go. We have an early morning. I'm going to eat and go to bed. Before I turn to the sword. No, I'm going to turn to the sword before going to bed. Great.
Okay.
Question. There's a lot of plans about the morning and whatnot. Who's going to get Suyasa? Where's she's at anyway?
Oh.
I thought you guys had already told him.
She accepted a commission from the Banner Alliance. She's now going to be an officer with the leading people for them. She's no longer with us. She left.
What?
Powerful ally leading nearly an entire army for us.
She said, "Keep the cloak. It is your goodbye."
That's it?
Yes.
Just keep the cloak? Can you even say that to my face?
Something about it hurting too much and not being able to leave if she did.
I think she's going to miss you a lot.
I think that is what that means.
Well, how come you let her go?
It is her decision.
Again, we had to do what was best for everyone, and
You didn't
Her?
think having a powerful fighter, nay, hero, that helped save my life and, I don't know, bring me back from the dead wasn't worth bringing on this little adventure to get these world-destroying orbs?
It was still her decision. If she wanted to go, it is her choice, not ours.
It is her choice, but it's her job to convince her not to go.
It is a good decision. It is good for her.
it was good for the realm.
We'll see her again. And those weapons we're trying to get from the Steel Confederacy will directly go to protecting her and her new soldiers.
I don't like it.
Our paths
I
will
wasn't a
cross
huge
again.
fan of it either, but it did make a lot of sense.
Shoot. We'll see her again. You'll see her again. It'll be all right.
What if we go and the Guardian kills us?
Then we
Mhm.
won't see her again,
Will
and
the,
she'll be safe and alive.
will the orbs warp our minds and we become horrible monsters and we just betray
Then she'll be out
civilization
there.
altogether?
She'll be out there to stop us and save it.
Besides, you're pretty quick on your feet. Guardian won't kill us all. You'll get away.
I didn't get away last time.
That's very true. And
Cannot
now I
argue
feel
with
bad.
that.
I don't know if you realize this, but some people, I call them bigots, but some people don't have a very high opinion of goblin kind. And so I
Oh, you
kind
don't
of
say.
yeah, it's crazy. I walk around and sometimes I just get this feeling I may be being paranoid, but like I have this target on my back. Like some people want me dead. Some justifiably, but I feel some of them it's just because I'm a goblin.
Well, you have friends to cover your back now. You don't have to worry about that so much.
Well, I'm already down one.
She's helping us in a different way.
Oh, I'm
Much
still
more
alive.
than she would be here. As much as I hate to admit it.
It'll be all right, little goblin.
What if it's not alright? Now I start drinking.
Then we will die and be heroes.
Okay, so the plan is to get up in the morning, check in with Steel Confederacy, tell them that you've made the plan, pledge, and then leave. Correct?
Yep.
This is the plan.
So you hang out, you eat dinner, you kind of catch up and discuss the coming days, and you all go to sleep and rest, have a fulfilling night's rest before waking up and gathering your belongings and heading over to the ambassador's quarters for the embassy, I should say, for the Steel Confederacy.
That bag you pulled the chainmail out of. It's that's pretty special looking. I didn't look like it was carrying all the armor before.
Oh, yes. Would you like to see it?
Well, is it like, does it just hide items inside of it, or what is it?
Yes. A bag of holding.
I've heard of those.
Yeah. It's bigger on the inside, sort of situation. It's neat.
Does the bag get heavier with more
No.
stuff? Well, mind if I put the chainmail back in there?
Not at all.
Great. I don't want to travel in armor.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Like 50 pounds. Chainmail's heavy.
Yes. Very well. No problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bless
Bless you.
Godric's having another nightmare.
Ooh, that ran away from me.
Don't yell at me.
So,
Is everybody ready?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I attune to the weapon.
Trent, do you remember anything from
Sorry, what?
The other
I attune to
night?
the weapon.
I didn't get that drunk.
No. From when you were gone?
What? Are you talking about when I was dead?
Yes.
No.
Pork!
Pork brings the chat. Pork. No, I don't remember anything.
That's typical. I'm just curious, you know?
Well, there was one thing.
Hmm?
See, right after I died, I looked up, and it was just darkness.
Yes.
Darkness everywhere. And then this bright, shimmering golden light shined down upon me like a beam. It was blinding.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard the most beautiful music, and this angel appeared before me and said I was destined for greatness, for great things. She said I had to go back.
You're lying to me now.
But I would never lie to you.
That's fine. Why?
That's what I asked her. And then she said, you can't know, but you will find out. And then, Bob's your uncle, I woke up and I thought I was dead.
Destined for greatness. You are traveling with us, so probably.
Well, she didn't say anything about you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Perfectly vague.
Perfect. You know those Celestials, they work in the strangest ways.
Perfectly vague.
Perfectly vague. Perfectly vague.
Yes.
No, I'm lying.
I knew
None
it.
of that happened.
Well, what did happen?
Well, all the writing.
Well, I thought I woke up and I was in the underworld. And then I thought all of you were dead with me. Because, of course, if I died, there's no way any of you are going to make it. Right? But then turns out you guys did make it and you brought me back to life. Turns out they didn't make it out of hell for nothing.
We are already that way.
Is it something you eat?
I've never been to hell.
I don't eat.
That's true. I'm talking to the wrong person. I know you've never been to hell. I mean,
It's deeply unpleasant.
Yeah.
I would not recommend.
Wait, did you get your memories back?
I
Did
remember
it breaking you?
I remember going in and battling Hizit. I just don't remember anything after.
You know, I did have a thought that chances are if I practiced on you and I could get your memories back, that it would be less dangerous because you're like a robot. But then if it did work, it might not work the same on everybody else.
On one hand, I would agree with you. But there's the question of how many years of memories do I have? It's unclear how long I've been around and how long I was conscious before I went into hibernation. When Godric found me, I could have been there.
Right, so practice on them and then we'll get to you.
Yeah. Could be a flood. But honestly, I would welcome it. Those memories could be useful.
Are you sure?
Enlightening. Well, that's the thing. Is surely I would have the potential to unlock even greater power and potential by unlocking those memories, right? Who knows what I was capable of before? If I'm at the peak of my knowledge now, then I don't lose anything by gaining those memories. And
Well, who says...
if I was more powerful then, I gain knowledge that helps everyone.
Who says you're at your peak now?
I'm not. I'm saying it's a win-win. I can't lose by unlocking those memories.
No, trust me. Sometimes memories can be crippling. You should take it as like a little blessing. You're free. You don't get weighed down. You're fresh to be whoever you want to be.
I've spent years trying to find a way to unlock them.
Yeah, but have you been this strong since forever?
I've only gotten stronger since my awakening.
Exactly. Did all that every time you get stronger is from memories, or did you just do it on your own?
It was from experience mostly, traveling with Godric, traveling with this group.
Yeah, so maybe you're better off.
Maybe
If you were that powerful before.
that's what I'm saying. I can't lose. If I'm continuing to get stronger than I ever was before now, then I'm going to continue doing that. But if I have knowledge that could be useful, that's helpful too.
Or you might have something that just tears you apart from the inside out, day in and day out, and cripples you.
Worth the risk, in my opinion.
I don't know. When you're talking about that many years of memories, goblins.
Who knows? It might not be very many. That's the trouble, isn't it? But I think it's worth the risk. We'd travel and search for answers, but eventually I had to keep a promise for Godric, and we went to Emrath to learn more about dragons, and who knows, they might have something about my people too, so...
We were going to do an expedition, and I fucked up.
Well, we ended up...
You never fuck up.
I think we ended up in the right place anyway. All of us together seems like a good thing.
Again, I think this is the group that will be the ones that give me home. Or die.
Well, I mean, since we're headed straight into a dragon, a literal dragon of a problem, yeah, probably.
Well, no. I think you might be biting off a little more than you can chew.
Maybe.
But when the time comes, if I can get everyone else's memories back, maybe I can help you.
We'll start with the memories from hell. Those will most definitely be useful.
That being said, so we're gonna see these
I think we're there.
folks. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you walk through the doors of the embassy, and you see the dwarves. They're all packed up and they're ready to go. You recognize the guards from last time, including Barrelcoat, and he kind of waves you over and, all right, so I got the contract here for you.
Contract?
We weren't going to sign this with General Forge Digger?
He's busy.
Well,
He left it in my hands. I'm more than capable of watching you sign your names on it.
Looks like
no, it's bear with me. I just thought we'd be talking to him.
Well, I thought we were just going to, I swear,
No, it's a
by
contract.
my honor, dude, I thought it was an
You haven't
oath.
made a lot of deals with dwarves, have you? This will
Oh,
be
I've
the
made,
third
I've
one
made
I've
some
signed.
deals, not quite like that, though.
Either way, we found the weapons, so
Excellent.
we have them here for you, just waiting for you to sign on.
Well, let's read this contract.
Yeah, let's read it.
You're not just going to click accept like terms of service?
No.
yes.
This is a fantasy
That'll
world.
work
I
well
want
in
to do things
South
I
Park.
don't do in real life. Oh man.
It's really straightforward and really basic. It just more or less lays out their part in it, and that you got more or less are just pledging that you agree with their set of terminology. And that's it. In exchange, they give you the weapons, and they'll begin providing weapons to the Banner Alliance and the other factions as soon as your views become public.
And
Hold on, what's this part here at the bottom that's in Dwarvish? I don't read Dwarvish. I've heard about some of the dwarves and their little subtext and stuff. See it right
That's the
there.
general
Who reads Dwarf?
signature.
Who reads
I read
Dwarvish?
Dwarven.
I do.
Yeah, their signatures.
Mhm.
That's the general signature, and
Mhm.
his second.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Alright. Only games.
They were kind enough to translate it into common. Because they're dwarves and they're fastidious that way.
I'm all right with it.
So what? Who's got the knife? Doing this in our blood or what?
What? No. Can we
I
have a
don't believe
quill,
that will be
please?
necessary.
I've never signed a goblin contract, but I don't think I ever want to. Well, I'm signing.
I am as well.
Right. Everybody signs it? Right.
Yep.
Alright, he takes it, he rolls it up, bands it, and seals it, and just then kind of moves on. And they give you guys the crate of adamantine weapons.
What is that noise?
That's the
I
dog's
think
chain.
Sasha's eating.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt the dog. Let her eat.
Okay, I can just mess with this.
All right.
Also, Textile redeemed rich gets richer. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Bala bala.
Didn't we just get things?
No.
Oh, is it like when we get a
Boss
hoard of
fights.
treasure?
Yeah,
So-
it's like
so-
treasure hoard, yeah.
Yeah, so how Rich Get Richer works is it's a part of the store, right? And as we get charges, essentially. And so as people spend their points on that, it sits. And so the next time there's a big loot drop, those bump up the tables of some of the items in that loot
Yeah, the
drop.
magic
Oh, cool.
rolls.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that
So it
meant.
does work, it just doesn't net you anything at the moment.
Right. It's not an immediate.
Yeah.
We don't see the effects immediately.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
hat, put a little mark. We got one.
Yep. Alright, so anything else before you head down to the barge to sail down the river?
Yeah, let's.
Kind
Yeah,
of strings
check
do you
out the
prefer?
weapons.
The-
Probably.
What?
Right,
What
see
kind of
what's in
strings do you
there.
prefer? It's on
Oh,
us.
we can do that on the barge. Really,
That's
what we get is what we get. So
No.
For the loot.
uh,
I hear that gnomes and maybe dwarves are actually perfecting metal strings. Sound quite unique.
Is that true?
Now, that's what I've heard.
Well, you would know.
I guess I would.
So to the barge?
to the barge.
To the whoa, no, to the crate. And I take an adamantine weapon.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it's closed.
We're gonna inventory it on the barge.
Oh, is the crate coming with us on the barge?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
being delivered? Are we delivering it?
I thought
Is the
Godric
crate
was gonna
just
carry
our
it.
stuff?
I'm sure we don't need a whole crate of weapons.
You have a pack mule.
Is the crate our
Named
stuff,
Goliath.
or is it some of Soyasa's stuff?
I messaged you.
So he also has a different contract.
Oh, different crate, different contract, different crate. Okay.
Alright, so you make your way down to the barge, and you find the room and space for everything that you could carry with you, and your sleeping quarters are, they're not super amazing, but they're adequate. and they begin setting sail down the Twin Severn towards Sorosa. And
How
yes.
long are we on the barge? What's
Just a couple days.
You won't know how long you're going to be on there until you've been on it.
Oh, okay. There we go.
He said a couple days journey.
All right. Well, as long as we're uninterrupted, I want to try and write some scrolls.
Okay. I think you can do a cantrip in a couple days. Takes a week to do a 3rd level spell scroll. I know that.
Yeah, it takes 1 day for a first level.
So, yeah.
So I was going to do a couple first levels, if I could.
If you can spend the gold and stuff on the material, yeah.
Sweet.
There's no reason you really couldn't. Is there any other downtime activity anybody wants to take care of on their 2-day journey?
I would possibly maybe whittling down a half weapon using my smith tools, if that's possible.
A what?
Half.
You would need material for that.
Oh.
That's fine.
And you wouldn't just grab a piece of wood and use it.
Well, I want to grab a piece of wood.
Was there a hole in the barge?
I want to grab some wood if possible, nothing like fancy. I just want to be practicing it because it's been so long.
The lid of the crate.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's it falls sort of underneath like carpentry and stuff. But
Yeah, I just want to practice and get used to working, trying to work in a handle.
You mean you would like to learn a new proficiency in 2 days? Because that sounds like what you're asking me.
So, Smith's tools include making the haft, I believe.
Yeah.
Haft
I guess.
of the weapon.
It
So
could.
I just that's just what I'm doing.
He's practicing his smithery.
Okay.
That's
fine.
that's what I'm doing. I'm practicing the thing that I can do. Hopefully.
Can do.
It was more or less missed. Like, hey, do you guys have like downtime activities like making scrolls and stuff you want to use?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Potion
gonna-
making or anything?
I'm
It's
gonna
2 days.
Journal. I'm going to journal the encounter with the Leshen in my book of encounters, and then I'm going to start practicing an idea for coming up with a new arrow type, but I'm not going to have enough time for it on the journey.
Okay.
Such a be.
Nothing else? Because you can make
Look up
spell
the
scrolls
cost
too.
of
I
the
just hope you
first
understand
level
that.
scroll.
Oh.
Like that's something you are, as long as you're proficient in, because you're a caster. So I just want to let you know.
Okay.
To make one.
Especially with having another wizard on
You
board,
can.
that's totally something you can do.
Okay.
I'd say you want to spar.
What was happening? Sorry, I was talking about.
I said she's
don't spar.
proficient in making spell scrolls. She
Oh,
can do
yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure.
Maybe I'll do that. Oh.
All right, so I assume the bard restrings his guitar, fixes that.
Yeah. That's what I was going to do.
Oh, first level, 50 GP.
All right.
Sure I have the name right.
So,
So
yeah.
the barge begins sailing down the Twin Severn River and heading towards a new journey and a new adventure. And we're going to take a break.
hey,
All right.
hey,
It's like magic.
hey,
Every time.
Hey, somebody you.
Hey,
We push a
come
button
on.
and suddenly I can feel
Come
a connection
on.
with everybody watching.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Legendary Action. Super awesome. So we're waiting on pulling for the giveaway here. But I don't know.
Don't you know?
What?
Don't
I was
you
about
know?
to say I was about to bring up something else, but I'm just gonna leave that alone.
But
That's
Ooh,
fine.
Something
I have
else.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
It's like tomorrow's Halloween,
Yes.
so I think everybody should just tell us in the chat like what like their
Costume.
costume is for.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
What are your costumes?
I'll be dressed for a funeral.
Why?
I don't know.
Casey's gonna kill everybody.
Oh, jeez. Jeez, morbid.
Maybe
I'm gonna
I'll
dress
dress
for a funeral
too.
because you're all gonna
He's
die.
going to be dressed for a funeral because he's running
I want to know
the
everybody's
game.
favorite Halloween candy is.
Ooh, tough. Now, clarifier. By Halloween candy, do you just mean like any candy? Or do
Technically,
you mean
you
like
can't get any
specialized
candy any
candy?
time of the year.
Well,
can't
I
you?
mean like, there's candy corn. That's
You
a
can get that any
Halloween.
time of the year.
Oh, boo.
It's better on
It's still
Halloween. It's
candy.
better on Halloween. That's
Better on Halloween. It's like Peeps.
Okay.
Peeps are disgusting.
Now, see,
Yeah.
those.
But they're better
now
on
those,
Easter.
Are they?
Peeps, they actually only start making at a certain point in the year to sell on Easter and during that month.
Yeah, I love
Those
Peeps.
ones leading
Peeps
up
are
to it.
See,
Right.
candy
Do
corn
you
they
just like
stopped making
marshmallows,
like
and
50
can't you
years
get
ago
way better
because it
They
never
just have
goes
so
bad.
much
You
of
could
it.
make it 100%.
Just
You
keep
could
finding
make
it
it better.
everywhere.
I don't think so.
Here,
Lethal Lilith
Let's
is...
frame it. Let's frame it. What is your favorite candy to get on Halloween?
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Like if somebody pours a thing of candy like into your trick or treating bag, what are you eating first because it's the one you want?
Oh, that's easy. I got mine already. But
Hold on,
first,
let's start with Matt.
Oh,
Can you get happiness in a candy?
I
Yeah.
do every
Well,
time I eat one.
yes,
Well,
temporarily.
Actually, chocolate stimulates your brain similar to what love feels like. So yeah.
so what's
that
your favorite
explains a
love
lot.
candy?
No, actually, if I had to nail it down, probably a Reese's. And it's kind of basic, but
Just any of them, right?
I love those
Basic
things.
bitch.
Well,
Yeah,
I wholeheartedly believe that the seasonal Reese's are better than regular Reese's.
It might be.
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. I feel like they're softer and they taste
Do you mean the ones that
better
are like
than-
shapes?
Yeah, like the pumpkins or the
You know
trees
what?
or the hearts. They taste
I
better than
agree.
regular ones.
They have more peanut butter.
And what about
Yeah,
you,
because
Alex?
there's
chocolate.
more surface area, but you put less chocolate.
What about you, Alex?
Oh, this is so difficult. But, Bunch of Crunch.
A few
Bunch of
minutes
crunch.
later.
Let's
Yeah.
let's put the Halloween lights on for a second.
Bunch of Crunch.
Ooh.
110%.
Okay,
I rarely ever get them though, because people aren't classy.
gotcha. All right, Tara.
I love Reese's, but my favorite is Twix.
It's a solid choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I got it rarely, but my favorite one to always look forward to is if someone threw a whatchamacallit into my bag.
Oh, what?
All right,
A whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Well, what is that?
It's a whatchamacallit bar.
Mm.
They're fucking awesome.
I don't think I've
Don't they have the marshmallow in them?
Yeah. They're like a Twix with a slight line of peanut butter and marshmallow.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to try one of those.
It's a whatchamacallit, sir.
I love marshmallow.
That's such a candy name.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? They're so good. It's just the name of it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, you don't think about like a corporation or anything. It's like, it's like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory type of name. It's a whatchamacallit.
It's a whatchamacallit.
It's so great.
It's where it gains its traction.
And Justin.
Well, I hope you haven't seen season 2 of The Boys because my favorite is the Almond Joys.
They
For
are
sure.
really good.
That's
sure.
I'm gonna be honest, they were a solid second for me. But I was thinking about like, as a kid, which one was I was like, oh yeah, and it was anytime whatchamacallit hit that bag, that was the first thing I grabbed, no matter what was in there.
I don't like coconut. So
Oh,
the fries are not
oh,
right.
no.
I don't like coconut.
It's so good.
I don't
Well,
like
we know who's dying on the desert island.
Raw coconut is not good. Let's make that clear.
Dude, I
They're
just
filled
saw
with water.
I just saw a news article about like PETA getting mad at like foreign countries using monkeys as slave labor to harvest coconuts.
What?
Yeah, it was the weirdest article ever. But they were like, don't buy coconut water because they use monkeys as slaves. Monkeys aren't machines.
But they can get up the tree way easier than a person.
No, see, I would have gone a
Have
different
no
route
use
I
and
was
just
just
said,
told that just kicking them
And
is so good
safely.
to knocks the coconut
Yeah, you
down.
run into a coconut tree, they'll fall.
See,
So I'm with Tara. Twix bars. It's funny because
pretty good.
I like Twix, right? And I will buy Twix bars every once in a while throughout throughout the year, like Twix ice cream or something every once in a while. But when I get them on Halloween, there's just something slightly more special about getting a Twix bar, especially if it's a full size one. What?
I'm sure everyone wants to know right or left.
Oh, yeah. Which,
There's no distinction.
No,
No,
he's the
there
set.
is. There is.
There
It's
is.
better than the other.
Do you know?
Which
Do you know?
one?
Andy
hey,
gets him like a savage.
let's not answer this in the
He
middle of
bites them
election
both at the
season.
same time.
Middle of election season. Let's not push the DM here.
Andy's a savage. She just looks at him and just goes,
At first, I said there wasn't a kraken living in the river.
Do you split your Twix or do you say 2 for me, none for you? You're like the cat. I demand 2 treats.
Yeah, that's why I like getting Twix so much.
I like Kim as a kid, or I loved as a kid when people gave me cans of pop when trick or treating.
Huh.
Although
Never
it
had
made
that
my
one.
pillowcase way too heavy, and we had to stop at a friend's house to drop them off.
I don't think I've ever gotten soda.
Yeah,
No.
We got pop.
Do you know-
I was not allowed to trick or treat the next year because there was a bunch of pop in my bag and I hit my brother with my bag.
Oh.
You got
He had a
soda?
helmet on.
That just sounds like a
Part of his
parenting.
costume.
That just sounds like a parenting mistake.
Wait.
Wait,
Like, my kids
clarification.
won't hit each
Did
other
you-
with their candy bags. Okay.
Did you get the pop from trick or treating, or did you just like, no, blink this kid, throw all the pop, like your own pop, just load the fridge in there, and just start beating them?
No, I got it from trick or treating.
Weird. That's so weird. Follow up
You
question.
definitely reminded me.
Follow up question. One second, Mike. Follow up question. brand name or off-brand?
Oh, off-brand, like real
Oh,
doctor.
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
Like,
If
yeah.
you're giving away
Yeah.
Kansas
Dude,
soda,
Shasta was
you
great.
get brand name soda.
Thunder Mountain.
I want to
Yeah.
express that you gave me flashbacks to the year I couldn't go trick or treating because I stole my costume and my mom found out.
You stole it?
Yeah.
What was the costume?
Terrible.
Who'd you steal it from?
Yeah, who were you so desperate to be for Halloween?
Yeah,
that
what
you
was the
stole it?
costume?
From a Halloween store.
I'm Batman.
I put the costume on and just walked
High-pitched
out.
voice. This high-pitched voice.
Yeah, but what were you?
Every time.
Matrix. I was Neo from Matrix. I stole the entire outfit and walked out of the store.
Awesome.
That
And
seems
my
like
mom
some-
found out.
Yeah.
That's
She
This
punched
is
me
Mike
properly.
Live admitting that he's a bad person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just like to point
I
this
support
out.
this though.
So-
Like if he was stealing like a Superman costume or something, where it's like you're desperate to be the good guy, so desperate you're just gonna steal something.
No, I
Yeah.
just thought the costume was cool and I liked the glasses, so I took the whole thing.
So now everybody knows Mike steals.
So
At one point in my life when I was a bad kid.
now,
that's mine.
specific Halloween candy that like you only really see on shelves like during Halloween. I really like the different flavored Tootsie Rolls, like the vanilla, lemon, and strawberry and lime and all that they throw in the bags, and Smarties.
So the gummy
I really like
Smarties.
Smarties.
Yeah.
Smarties are great. I love the gummy like hot hamburgers you used to get.
What?
Never-
Hot
I did not like
hamburgers?
those.
the gummy can't.
The, like,
Yeah, the little
gummy.
gummy
Yeah, and they're a little
hamburgers, the
spicy.
multi-layered.
I've
Yeah.
never had those.
Yeah, they're hot.
It's really
I'm
just
kinda
like saying I
happy.
just like getting gummies on Halloween.
I like Boston.
Fair.
baked
These ones were
beans.
specific because I remember only ever seeing them during Halloween because they were the little small individual package ones. I just remember I
Fair
used to
enough.
love those.
On the bright
I
side,
used to also love dots too.
on the bright side, if you do get cans of pops when you're cans of pop. Now I'm thinking of breakfast
Cans of
cereal.
soda. All right.
When you get cans of soda when
There you
you're trick or treating, it also functions as a tool for self defense. So if a predator,
He's really
with-
stuck on this.
why wouldn't a predator go out in
stuck
Halloween
on
where
a
there's
lot of
children flooding the streets?
He has
right?
aliens to fight.
No.
Yeah,
Duh.
exactly.
I'm like, what do you do if you're what if you're a registered predator? You're like, no, stay away, they'll arrest me, kind of thing. Messed up.
Alex,
Just,
weird.
these are the thoughts that keep me
You
up
just
at night.
keep your door locked and you don't answer, you nuts.
Well, isn't it on the
And there's a
distance thing?
simple answer. You crazy.
It's
person.
like they're coming, the children. Hide in the basement. I don't know. Weird.
There's something wrong with you.
He wanted to sacrifice kids a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it's true though. Oh man.
Are you on a watch list somewhere?
To be
No.
fair, I condone child sacrifice. So that's-
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
What's the fanciest hot chocolate that you've ever had?
Ooh.
I think when I was in middle school in one of my Spanish classes, we made like real Mexican hot chocolate. So it's probably that.
I homemade some the other day. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but was it fancy?
I mean, like, what do you mean by fancy?
Yeah, you tell me what
I-
your definition of fancy is.
I got cocoa powder and I made it myself. I shaved dark chocolate over the top and
okay, it's getting pretty fancy.
yeah, I put
Was
some,
there whipped cream?
there was whipped cream. That's where it ended. I didn't like
Okay.
brulee the
What
whipped cream or
about, so
anything.
there was marshmallows, whipped cream, shaved dark chocolate on top, made from real cocoa powder.
Yep.
Now, did you stick your pinky out while you were drinking it?
No, I just
Yeah,
dumped
it's
it
not
on my
quite
face like a
Yeah.
savage.
I don't think it's that.
Top
fancy.
hat,
It's more like-
monocle.
I'd say it's gentrified,
Yeah.
but not fancy.
All right, fair enough. You know what? I did skip the pinky,
Well, what you really
but that's
should have
because
done-
it was in a big mug and I could get the whole thing. you know?
flecks of
Nice.
edible gold should have been on there. That's fancy.
That's probably the fanciest hot chocolate ever.
See, I get those glitter pills, and I just fake like I've eaten gold.
Okay.
Okay. Giveaway. Let's do the giveaway.
Oh, you didn't hear answers from everybody.
Oh, who do we miss?
Everybody.
What's the fanciest cup of hot chocolate you ever drank?
Oh, that's an actual. Oh,
I'm gonna be honest here. Never.
So instant. Okay, moving past Mike.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, instant. I mean, I've made it better, but not easy.
I don't like fancy from like a fancy restaurant. That's
It could
bad.
be.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
I
good.
assume a nice restaurant would
Yeah,
make them
it
really good.
It was a nice restaurant, and it had. It was so long ago in my childhood. It's like back mixed in with all those repressed memories. So
Okay.
I don't
so-
remember exactly where it happened, but I remember being at a fancy restaurant. There was hot chocolate. They had shavings on top,
Yeah,
marshmallows. It was the whipped cream was cold, and the
Whipped
friggin'
cream
hot
was
chocolate
cold.
was hot. You know, so it was steamy. But you touch
Yeah, it was great. Hey man, I did go all out. Like I had a block of chocolate and a sharp knife, and I made little curls with it.
That's pretty cool.
They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
That's fancy.
So
That's fancy.
I don't know. It's
I should've
Pinterest
took
fancy. I should have took a
marshmallows with
picture of
whipped
it, but I
cream
didn't. I was
with-
too excited.
They swirled the inside of the cup with both caramel and fudge dressing on the inside. Then they stuck graham cracker and dark chocolate, basically tubes on the side or whatever. I can't. There's another word for them. Whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the
Then they,
sticks, like the- yeah.
then they shaved the chocolate shavings
Mythical
on
Rollers
top,
just rated us.
and then they dropped
Ooh.
graham cracker crumbles on it, and that's probably the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my whole life.
Hey,
That's
Mythical
cool.
Rollers, you're just in time. We're in the middle of a giveaway that's still open.
Oh yeah.
So
Giveaway's still open.
it's open to followers and subscribers. Subscribers get 2 times multiplier.
And
Currently,
what are
right,
they getting in this giveaway?
they're getting a twofer. They're getting Chill Approach D&D acrylic condition rings, D&D condition markers with a storage case. So the case it comes with has a
all
little
organized.
organizer in it. And so it'll keep it organized for you, and it has a bunch of condition markers from Dungeons & Dragons 5e. It's a 64-piece set. Plus, they're getting a 24 by 36 inch vinyl play mat with a grid on it, and it comes with markers, an eraser, and a cleaner. So it's everything you need to bring your games to the tabletop and start playing with miniatures and drawing out your maps and all that stuff. And it takes away a lot of the headaches of like, especially if you're doing theater of mind. Well, am I close enough? Well, how far is 30 feet? I can see I'm close enough, oh, well, I ran to the other side. Well, where is this person to me? And how far is it to the exit? And navigating all those questions so your theaters all match. It takes a lot of that guesswork out. So, coming in hot.
So if you didn't know how gridded play worked, you do now.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
gridded play.
Skip
Yeah.
that section in the book. We're
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah,
Good.
skip it.
Have you actually looked at like the DMG where they have how to do how to use dice for area of effect, and it like uses the dice in their stack?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's really
I thought you just pick a dice and throw it in like the general direction.
No.
It's a cone, you're like, cone!
No, that is
You
a way
just-
to generate worlds, though.
It turns it
Yeah.
into a dexterity game.
Fireball, you're
It's
just like,
throwing shit.
fireball!
Fireball! Level 5!
So if you want a chance at winning that in this giveaway at the moment, go ahead, ! Ticket, enter, and take your chances at getting some free stuff. The condition markers are really cool. The mat's always useful, especially if you already have one. Then maybe this one can be your travel mat, or you can lend it to somebody else.
Or you can have more than one
So,
map prepared for the
I
night.
have a
Exactly.
question for you, Alex.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing we're giving away tonight?
Oh, no, we're doing a total other giveaway later on tonight. That's
Giveaway night.
Giveaway night.
Uncaged Volume 2. It's partially written by one of our local friends of the show, legitimate friend of the show, Ashley Warren. She may recognize some of her other work from Rime of the Frost Maiden.
She has a writer credit in Rime of the Frost Maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has 25 original adventures for tiers 1 through 3, which basically means everything short of epic level. And so each adventure subverts and reinvents the tropes around female mythological creatures, monsters, and figures. So it gives them real motivations and drives within the adventures, and they're not just some lame old stat block. So
Yeah, it's pretty
exciting.
cool.
You can
Reinventing old tropes and giving them new meaning.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So if you stick around to the end of the night, you can have a chance to win that one too.
It's a cool
Yeah.
book.
Tomorrow we're also coming at you live. We're going to be doing a little side adventure, which we've been doing every week this week for October, and we're going to bring you another creepy tale from the Hall of Legends, right? And so tomorrow night we're also doing another giveaway where we're giving away these awesome dice jars. So they're all Halloween themed. As you can see, it has a little Halloween face on it and an eyeball. It's a pumpkin. This one's a cauldron and an eyeball. And this one is not pie. It is a mummy with an eyeball. And it's made by, it's handcrafted by Get Baked Poly Clay Customs. And so
Each one is a handcrafted work of art, and they are singularly unique.
Yep.
So they will. You
The
can only find
cauldron
these
one is my
ones this
favorite.
way through us.
Yep.
They're really
so
cool.
She's a commission-based artist, and she is accepting commissions currently. So just know
Yeah.
that.
so we'll
Super
be
awesome.
giving these away tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So come back. It's gonna be a game.
Exclamation
run by our
point
very own-
ticket.
Exclamation point ticket.
Yeah.
It's in there
Enter.
now.
Yep.
Get in there.
And if you don't win it now, you could win something at the end of the episode tonight. So
And tomorrow night's going to be a Halloween-themed adventure run by our very own Matt McDonald.
Hey, I'm doing it.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, so he's going to be running it from with some people that you've seen throughout the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. So let's. I think we should just pull a winner. How many people have gotten in?
Let me.
14? 14.
Only 14.
So 14. Only 14. Get in there. It's open to subscribers and followers. Your chance to win that. Those acrylic condition ring markers and a what was it? Dry erase.
Yeah.
What erase? Dry
Yeah,
erase
dry
vinyl.
erase.
Dry erase vinyl grid. If you don't have one, they're great.
Ultra durable polymer material.
They're great for traveling around with and having at your disposal.
I mean, the ad says a perfect set for starters and masters. So
Yeah. There you go.
It
That's all
says
you
it
need to
all.
know.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody.
It's good for everyone.
it should say starters and starters, masters, and everyone in between.
Yeah.
But you know, what do I know?
So we locking it down.
We'll let this last minute tick up.
That means it's
Oh.
30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
30 seconds.
Big
Get it
3-0 remaining.
And I happen to know that all the eyeballs on these things are also hand painted.
Yes, hand painted.
So she doesn't just go down to the eyeball store.
Wait, they have those?
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
You never been?
This is the
Did
first
you
year of
notice
this?
that nobody here is wearing glasses but you?
Yeah.
Eyeball store.
Yeah.
What is this?
Or
They're only
you,
open the last week of October.
Yeah.
Also.
or you can go down to the mad scientist lab and he can laser your eyes with this new thing they're calling LASIK.
All right,
And it
that's it.
fixes
Let's
it.
close it out. Let's pull
Close
our
it
winner of
out.
the night. See who it is.
Give away. Give away.
And-
Give away.
The winner is Sieg Warheit.
See.
Oh, look at you!
Oh, see,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
The Blood God has graced us with his presence.
I played Phasmophobia.
Sieg's
with him
response.
last night.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh my God. Yep.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
you're the new
congratulations.
proud owner of a playmat.
One of our
And-
moderators will get in contact with you, and we'll get your shipping information and all that good stuff, and then you have 7 days to claim and respond to that first response.
Yep.
Or we draw it again later next month.
You should
So
do
congratulations on
film it
winning.
and post it on our Discord.
Yeah. But when you receive it, see it, say hi, post on our Discord pictures of it, prove to everybody that we did send it to you. Just
Yeah,
help
we
us out.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we do. Anybody who wins, thank you.
Prove to the rest of the audience we're not like scumbags.
Yeah, exactly.
What if we are?
Well, I meant as a collective whole.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, wrapping that up, then let's get back into the scene and into what is going on here. Take off that. Put that. But all right. So, 2 days worth of travel on the ship. Basically spend a whole bunch of time together, get to know one another a little bit better, share stories, share dinner. Dinner's nothing super exciting both nights. None of the meals are super amazing, but you did pay for them. Most of the crew stays out of your way for the most part. They treat you with a distance and a respect that like, hey, this isn't our job, isn't to bother the passengers, and the captain more or less tells you that. And after 2 days, maybe 2.25, you end up arriving at the outskirts of the city, the docks of the city of Sorona, and you part ways with the captain and his companions, settle up, and I guess find a coach or a place to find transportation to the capital of Lyon, Marseille.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
probably rent a coach. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Much more comfy than riding on a horse.
Sure. Katerina, and I hand you a level 1 magic missile scroll.
Thank you. That's very kind.
You're very welcome.
Speaking of handing people things, what was in that crate?
Adamantine weapons.
Just a bunch of adamantine weapons. Sweet.
Generic.
We
Like,
asked
you
for
get to just
Yeah.
pull them out of
I have
there.
a great sword that's adamantine now.
For the hell of it,
A grand mall.
I take the blade off of a dagger and replace the one in my arm with it. Like I'm gonna do anything useful with it, but what the hell? Why not?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll grab something out of there. Yeah, one for me. One for you. One for me.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a dagger. I don't think I'm gonna want to get too
I
close.
really
to this
hope I
thing,
never have to
but-
use this.
If you do, you give them out.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. So how about I flag us down? Yeah, I start walking towards the streets and trying to flag down a cart or something wherever you get a garage or a stagecoach, a coach with a stage.
So, I mean, at first you're not getting any kind of responses. People are just like, what's this goblin doing in the middle of the street? You know, there's some concern. Some people are like disgusted. A couple of these like ladies like exclaim, they're just like, oh, get away, you know, and they just moving on. But eventually you're able to like catch one basically parked and approach him and negotiate, hey, we need to travel to Lior. And he's like, all right, so that's going to be basically like 3 copper per mile or whatever. And you guys work out a good deal on the price and pay up front and on you go. You know, so it's a fairly nice carriage, and he's got what looks like 4 really sturdy and well-maintained horses. So you're pretty sure it's a good price. You've never paid for a carriage like that before. But he's willing to take all of you to Marseille.
Perfect.
Godric might have to walk.
Godric rides on the back.
Yeah, he's caboose.
He's caboose. Get rid of that. Get rid of
Damn
that.
pop-ups.
Yeah, not
cheap
pop-ups
equipment.
necessarily. But yeah, so you all, is there anything else that you guys, there's nothing specifically that you need to do, right? I mean, you guys kind of admire the city. You're not really necessarily on the outskirts, and you know the lovely like almost orange and different colored houses, and a lot of it's made with a plaster like material. But this section of Sorona seems to be like have more orange on the buildings and white trimmings on the outsides of the structure. But all the roads are like perfectly paved, laid out with like shuttle rock, and you guys cross a bridge filled with like statues, and ride out of the perimeter of the city and into the countryside. So Marseille is basically a day's travel, more or less, maybe less than a day from Sorona, but you spend time in the coach just talking amongst yourselves, but just admiring the new countryside. Lior is an amazingly beautiful and still almost wild countryside. You ride through fields of endless sunflowers, and the bright daylight just seems hotter, and it seems, but also feels like warm, like it's just wrapping you up in the beams of the rays and making you feel good about being there. You pass privately owned vineyards. Lior is well known for its wineries, and the families sort of long lived there and established these trades. The roads are all paved. In the small places that they are, it's because you're crossing like a small creek or stream. You pass shrines to the goddess Vivian along the way. the goddess of like the Fae and the wild lands of the world of Terrowyn. You pass pilgrims and people marching along the way, going to Marseille to give thanks at the temple and pay homage to the Empress herself, who almost everybody in Lior she's beloved by all, and she's brought a new era of revitalization to studies and to magic, reformations on their taxes. So Lior is now wealthier than it ever has been before in its past. At one point, you pull up to a checkpoint near the outskirts of the city. The driver lets you know that it's just going to be like another couple of hours before you reach the capital. They kind of check the carriage on the outside, look at you, they talk to you for a moment, and they don't give you any issues or any problems if you're traveling. You can see that they're dressed in the royal garments and garbs of Lior's state military at that level. But unfortunately, none of you catch a glimpse of any of the questing knights or anyone traveling the lands around, as that's a major part of their culture. So none of you catch a glimpse of the banners and the exciting heraldry and that's associated with Lior's knights and with their quest to find the realm of Avalon and the Lady of the Lake's blessed sword and her grail, which is said to bestow longevity, life, knowledge, and power to those who are allowed to drink from it. But after an hour, you reach the outskirts of the city of Marseille. It's tall, massive, three-walled, protected city. The outside wall, you see at the main gate, two massive lion statues. It looks like they're probably made, or at least plated in pure gold. The official heraldry of Lior is associated with this lion, which is normally gold on like a purple background. The purple, that'd be field. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Outside of the city are dozens. From where you come crest this hill, there are dozens of small towns, farms, villages leading into it. People on the sides of the road like wave and move out of the way as your carriage rides up to the massive gates. You see the huge banners kind of just running along the walls and running down the sides of the towers. And up on top of the massive crest and cliffside that Marseille is built right next to you, you see the many round towers and multicolored stone sections of the huge palace on the top of this hill overlooking this massive city, which is home to over 500,000 or so people who live within its walls. And you pull up to the gates, go inside, ride through into this kind of main square space. There's actually a spot where you can see carriages who are traveling into the city have been pulling up to, and the driver pulls in and, gets down, comes and opens the door for Katerina and assists her in climbing out of the carriage, and then you're all allowed to get out of your own doors. It's a 2-door carriage. Godric jumps down from the back, hits the ground. All the buildings, the townhouses, and you can see already just in this section, there's at least 4 different taverns and ale houses. There's dozens of people in their brightly colored clothing and dresses. Everything in Lior is magnificent, and there's a great deal of plumage in the hats that people wear, multicolored slashes, slash shirts. There's also seems to be a fashion in most of the high society where a lot of people like to wear like half masks or either way on the face to help protect their identities as they go throughout the day. Some of these individuals who obviously have money, you can see, are being escorted by 3 or 4 personal guards. Sometimes they look to be the city guard directly, and others seem to be private mercenaries hired for their protection. Stained glass windows of multicolored varieties throughout the street. Everything is clean. You see huge sections of like overgrown buildings that have like ivory just running up the sides, vines, multi-tiered staircases that lead up to this grand fountain that looks to be a huge lion with water that spurts out of its mouth every once in a while, surrounded by 3 or 4 trees casting a ton of shade, and on benches underneath you see groups of men and women just walking through the area and sitting and talking to one another, or you see people with their pets and like dogs and such in the park as well. But yeah, so you're standing in the street and you already paid up front for the miles that you would travel.
City is breathtaking. I love it here.
Well, it's my kind of town. I like all the colors.
It has been a long time since we've been into a city like this.
Quite some time. But it's so beautiful every time, isn't it?
It is always crowded.
It's part of the fun.
Crowds are good.
No, I hate them.
These people get to live in peace.
You even pick up they're nearby, there's like a set of rose bushes being trimmed, so you catch a whiff of these great fresh flower petals just kind of coming off them in the gentle breeze as they roll across the stone underneath your feet.
Oh, that smell.
City's like a dream.
Oh, is this your first time?
It is.
It's been quite a while for us, but it is a wonderful place.
Trent, have you ever been here?
Yeah, I've been here through my travels. I get around a lot, you know.
City's a hub for travelers.
Yeah.
You're new to travel, so welcome. It was bound to happen, and here it is.
I should have started much sooner.
You know, this is one of the best places in all of the realm to learn magic.
Really?
Most definitely.
I wish we were here under better circumstances.
And where are we meeting? Whatever his name was.
I have directions. I'll open up the note that Nobar gave me with directions to find Lucian.
You have a town home somewhere in the wealthier district.
Are we going to be allowed in?
I think he's expecting us, yes.
Good.
You know, I didn't notice any of the nightly banners and stuff that I normally see a lot of. I wonder if that's got something to do with the Banner Alliance saying that they were under siege, because everything looks business as usual here.
It's more peaceful than anything I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good question. Maybe if we get some downtime, you can ask around about it.
I think that might be a good idea.
The best wealth and knowledge is generally the people that live here. So after we hopefully get some answers or some information, or at least get an introduction, we can find a place to settle up for the night.
Yes. So, hopefully he has room in his home. That'll make things easier.
Has anybody met this person before? What does he look like?
I don't think any of us have met him.
No, we haven't. I think, but he was supposed to be an expert on dragons, right? And he may have information on the orbs.
Yes, I believe he will be able to help us at least find the information we are looking for. Well, I believe that it is this way. And I'll start heading in the direction the note describes.
So the note says that Lucian's his townhouse is on Fleur Street. So you just gotta, I guess you can just ask somebody if you know which quarter of the city it is. It's a massive city. As you guys are kind of looking up the street signs and the signs of like the different stores and general stores and stuff, some of these buildings are 4 or 5 stories tall and they're filled with multiple businesses. Truly, Lior is an architectural like art piece. Everything flows so well together, and all the colors are. Nothing is too contrasting, but you like multiple townhomes. You'll see like blue, then green, and the orange, and it just everything is built perfectly. And they have those orange tiled like clay tile roofs. Everything has almost like a very Mediterranean feel to it, but at the same time, it's not extraordinarily different from other cities that you've been in. But compared to like Rivergate, it's just an amazing and wonderfully different city to look at. All this. None of the streets are covered in like filth. Lior has a great deal of plumbing and a very advanced sewer system underneath it, just above the layers of the old city that was destroyed 1,000 years ago.
It's hard to imagine this place has something as sinister as what was going on in Rivergate. Just underneath.
Yeah. You pass like a street performance show, and jesters and people are, throwing, balancing and juggling swords, and there's maybe 15 kids out there with their families, and they're just all watching, and nothing in this city says that anything nefarious is happening whatsoever as you walk through it.
Hey, I'm going to toss a couple coins in. Respect as we walk by.
Yeah. So they see you toss the coins onto the stage, performance stage, and kind of just instead of juggling, like stops and starts doing two with like one hand, throws it up and just tips his hat, goes back to juggling with the swords and daggers. So after about 10 minutes or so, you end up kind of finding a general direction of where you're going to go, and Lucian actually happens to live in like the same magic quarter as the circle is at. After a couple of more minutes after that, you find someone who gives you slightly better directions and to help you. There's a lot of these very tight twisting and turning, like round circular roads and roundabouts for people on horseback to try to navigate. And finally, you arrive. You see the sign, the Fleur Street, and you're pretty sure that you have the townhouse, right? And it's a 3-story townhouse, manor house, on its own plot of space and land. It has this apple tree out front and a set of stairs, and it's gated with like half brick and then iron bar at the top. And you're able to kind of just go up to the gate, and it's unlocked, and walk up this stairwell that kind of just twists a little bit, and comes back and leads up to a path that goes to the front door.
Certainly hope we're in the right spot.
Well, I guess we should not then.
Maybe not you. This door's
Boom.
Maybe not you.
A little bit of paint comes off. A little bit.
Top knock.
Just, the unintentional one too. Than just the.
All right.
Magic.
Jalouse.
We did it. Ritual casting takes forever, man.
Oh my god.
It
What
does.
ritual?
Careful.
You get a box.
Ritual
What's in
casting
the box?
connect to person.
Okay, just whatever you do, don't yell at me, Chase, because you're really loud.
What's in the box?
Um,
Chases in the box.
Okay.
So you open the door and you
I'll
see
keep it very quiet.
a Goliath, a human, a couple of humans, a goblin, actually a fancy and well-dressed goblin, and a
Thank you.
warforged in simple, what was it, robes again?
Traveler's clothes
Traveler's
and,
clothes.
a jacket.
Yeah, and a jacket.
Okay, sorry, I had to change audio a little bit because I was getting some weird stream feedback.
Your stream.
So I missed half of that. I apologize.
You see people, they're strangers.
You see the party.
But they are the people that you were told by Novar would be arriving.
Yes, and
They
I hit
match
your
their
door 3
description.
times really hard, and I'm looking you down at you.
Is there damage on the door?
No.
One
Oh,
of us is
okay.
well dressed
Okay, good.
and handsome, really handsome.
So
With spike pauldrons.
so just incredibly handsome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I open the door. Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to my home. You must be friends of Novar's.
And you must be Lucian.
Indeed, I am. Come inside. We'll speak inside.
Yeah, let's go inside.
I lean down and walk in.
Yep.
Yeah, doors aren't quite made for people your size, but
The whole thing just took a shit. God damn you. Fuck you.
So did Windows die, or?
No, this thing's just shitty.
She'll get it figured out. She'll get it figured out.
I step inside and I look around
You're so sad.
for things to steal.
Yeah, but I've still got to restart this.
Yeah.
Fucker.
oh, did
I
Matt
just
lose
see
me?
Locke pulling out his own hand, pulling out like his own stuff.
Or think Matt lost you.
Yeah,
Matt broke his tablet.
I did.
That's all right. You can keep going.
As a robot, he broke. The robot broke.
The robot broke.
I'm just in my book, just
He's
like
been damaged recently.
So we go in-
So they all come
Flickers off
inside your
every now and sometimes.
house and close the door behind you.
So I bring you guys inside and we walk into the living room area and you see just there's large seating area and then in the middle there's just a coffee table. Plenty of room for everyone to sit. So I bring you guys in there and gesture to have you guys all sit.
I walk over to the seating area and I hop up. And then I test out the chair, kind of like I'm doing now in real life.
You have a lovely home, Lucian.
Thank you. Adventuring sometimes was luxurious.
Certainly can make a lot of money doing it.
We did make quite a bit of money. So Novar tells me you guys are here to speak of dragons and dragon orbs.
That would be correct.
Yeah, Lucian. Tell these guys why we should destroy the dragon orbs.
Well, I can't necessarily say that I do believe that dragon orbs need to be destroyed.
Why, you too?
Do you know
Well-
what they do?
I do, actually. I've studied them for many years. Pretty much all things dragons I've studied. The dragon orbs are primarily used for... realistically, the only notable use is drawing dragons to the location of the orb. What you do beyond that is to your own free will.
So it is just an orb that summons a dragon and pulls it to you, or like...
Not so
you
much
mean,
summons. It doesn't summon. It's almost as if, think of it like a dog going to a bone. You wave a bone in front of a dog, it's going to come to it. This is the same for the dragon. It is drawn to this orb. Except with the dragon orb, it's quite a bit more magical, so it's not a second nature, it's magical. It is almost forced to that orb.
So then, does it give you the ability to control them in any way, or you just call them with it? Like an irresistible call.
That is a very good question. Allow me to open my book real quick. I have some research that I'd like to refamiliarize myself with. The dragon orbs. Sorry, give me 1 second. The dragon orbs do not control the dragons. It's more of like a strong suggestion to come to their will.
Right? Then what? Why do I feel like there's more to them? I just feel like something that calls a dragon isn't as terrifyingly powerful as I thought it was.
It seems strange for there to be 5 of them if they all do the same, if they all have the same function.
Now, from what I understand, that's not quite the case.
So what do you know? What do you know? You're doing all this going around the bush.
Okay. I'll tell you. All right. So some of them are kind of specific. So while many of them do the whole call thing, from what I understand, they actually have almost a will of their own. So much like, dragons, they're not all quite the same. Some of them are evil and destructive, and others are possessive and resentful, and others are benevolent and compassionate, right?
You
Well,
mean
the orbs will infect those close to them, especially like in use, where it could turn out to, from what I understand, it could turn out to where you get this orb and it turns you evil and poisons your mind, and you start doing. It's like it changes to where your alignment falls in with the. It's almost like the orb has its own energy, personality. It's like it dominates you.
That's superstition or something. That's not the answer, though. The
Actually-
orbs are the answer to what we're dealing with. How do
Actually-
we use them?
The goblin is completely correct. These orbs do have the power to, in lack of a better term, charm you. When you are wielding the orb, if you do not have a strong will, it will take over and suggest things to you, and it can make you do things. It just depends on the wielder.
Okay, how does this knowledge help us use these orbs against the dragons?
That is a good question. Each orb has its own different effect. It obviously I've never wielded one myself, so I don't have the exact knowledge on what orb does what and how to wield them. From research, I've read that you do need a strong will to resist the temptations, but as to how to decide who can and cannot wield, that is slightly outside of my knowledge.
Which is, well, part of that's why you should probably destroy it. Because think about it. You could want to save the world, stop the dragon wars, but you get your hands on the wrong orb that just kind of takes over you as a person, or dominates, charms you, or whatever. Next thing you know, you're sparking off the war, killing thousands of people using the dragon orb.
This is
It's
something to
those-
think about when wielding them, yes. Unfortunately, there is no known knowledge of how to destroy dragon orbs.
I'm just saying,
At least not in my
maybe-
research.
Maybe more dangerous to try and use them than to just take them out of play.
Well, until we
Well-
know more about how to use them, that's
I can
Does that
provide
matter?
you with a little bit of help in at least solving part of your problem. I do know of a cleric of the Veiled Queen, and he's still in town. He helped me destroy a wraith. The wraith infiltrated my home, and I asked him for assistance in destroying it. This man may be temporarily able to wield one of the orbs.
Why do you say that?
Well, based off of what I've learned about him in the time that we spent together, I believe that he has a strong enough will to be able to withstand the temptations of this.
Well,
He's an extremely intelligent person.
If he's a good enough lead as any.
so we give the orbs to somebody we don't know who is a cleric of the Veiled Queen
Yes.
and expect them to be on our side?
Yes.
I must admit, I do not know much of the Veiled Queens. What is her domain?
For death.
Well, specifically, the death and then what happens after.
Does she not weigh you against your deeds?
Yes, she decides where you go.
She's the goddess that we all must go to eventually.
It's your first stop after death, essentially.
How can you judge this cleric to be able to hold these orbs better than another?
Well, he is strong of mind. And with the orbs, they make suggestions. They do not control you. They give you thoughts that they want you to believe. And if you succumb to those thoughts, then it can control you. This man is strong of mind. I don't believe that he would be, swooned by outside influences. But don't just take my word for it. We can absolutely go and meet this man together.
Does he know of the orbs already?
He might. I personally haven't talked to him about them, but That's not to say he doesn't do his own research.
This wouldn't be the first time we've enlisted the help of strangers.
I mean, the dragon orbs are a widely known like legend.
So basically, what I'm getting here is we're hoping that this cleric's faith is stronger than whatever corrupting power these ancient weapons are capable of.
Yes.
Unless you have someone inside of your party who you believe to be of strong mind.
Well, myself, of course.
Luck is not too bad.
Maybe so, but
If I'm angry enough, maybe.
I don't think so. I do not think so. You're strong, you're angry, you hit things, boom, boom, very great. But when it comes to, dealing with these ancient, magical, friggin' things,
I'll take your word for it. I don't know what I'm dealing with.
yeah, and that's like part of it, Is we think he might be strong
Let's,
enough, but then you put it in his hands. Now you got like this powerful cleric that.
I say let us go judge this cleric. Worst case scenario, we leave him. Best case, maybe we have someone else to help.
with this corruption, how quickly does it take effect? Is it immediate or is it a slow process?
Well, from everything that I've seen, it depends on the person. If you're extremely weak of mind, it could possibly be the moment you touch the orb.
I get one. The whole cleric faith thing makes sense. Wouldn't it be smarter to maybe enlist the help of some church or something like that, something more organized?
The cleric is a church. What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. That's why I asked.
I don't know, some paladins, some holy motherfuckers. You know what?
That is what the cleric is. Like, what are we getting at here?
Well, there's gonna be more than one orb, is what I'm saying.
And we're here to figure them out. Let's test one. Let's not all go all five in here.
I do believe the fewer people we can involve, the better.
Hold. To test one, you mean to summon a dragon?
No, to touch it. To see if he's corrupted. Not to summon the dragon.
Well,
And then it
That's
gets
how the orbs
corrupted
are
and summons a
used.
bunch of dragons.
Yeah, touching it to see how it corrupts is different than touching it and then using it.
Unless touching it is enough, it corrupts you, and then you're just setting off a bomb.
And then we will kill dragons.
You could also just not touch the orb and still transport it by using a bag of holding.
We have one of those.
Convenient.
Sounds like a much, much better idea.
Alright, then we go there, take the goddamn cleric, throw them in the bag, and then.
Not
You
the
coming with
cleric.
us?
We will not be putting the cleric inside of the bag. That will kill him.
Well, do we need this priest at all? I don't trust the ones that follow the Veiled Queen.
Yes, the reason we need the priest is because for us to get it into the bag, someone will have to touch it, and it will need to be someone strong of mind. Because like I said, the moment you touch the orb, it can take over your mind. Someone weak of mind, it may take only just a touch to control them.
Well, then.
So we're to use them as a tool then.
That
Is that
seems
not
to
what
be
you
the gist of
wanted?
it.
That is their
Use
designed purpose.
use the cleric
I do
as
not
a
know
tool.
of a way to destroy
No,
them.
use the orbs.
Oh, no, I meant him, the cleric.
Yes, that is.
Se-
Clerics are tools of their gods.
Exactly.
Sounds
They're
more
not
like
tools
we're
of
making him
us.
a mark, is what he's saying.
If he's willing, I think more hands could be helpful.
This
we still
person-
haven't discussed the guardian that we have to face.
This man Lucian knows more about the dragon orbs than any of us. If he believes a cleric can hold them, then that is what we do.
And if something goes wrong, we murder him on the spot.
Seems like even better.
I see the logic in that. Just keep in mind, no matter how friendly he seems or anything, his loyalties are to us second at best.
And I don't
I
imagine
agree.
any of us are 100% to each other.
Clerics are difficult.
What are you talking about? We're a team. We win as a team, we lose as a team.
And certain things happen, I'm definitely going to run away from all of you.
Well, I believe we must
Ouch.
meet him before we can make any judgments.
Exactly.
Well,
All right. Well,
carrying her symbol means we can make some judgments already.
if you wouldn't mind, then I will escort you through town, and we will go to the place that I have him held up until he leaves.
Perfect. We will follow you.
Did you say you have him held up? Oh no.
Yes,
Paying.
I'm paying for
Oh,
his
okay,
stay.
that
Yes.
makes sense. I thought you had him like kept away somewhere. I was like, what the hell did he do? This is a different conversation.
Not everyone's a prisoner.
Well, he's just down the street, so we will head that way. He's in a small apartment. It's one of my friend's apartments, so we will just go and knock.
Lead the way.
Let's go.
Okay.
So I go in.
you
I open the front door and wave everyone out.
Yeah. Okay. So he leads you out. You go outside. Lucian locks his townhouse behind him, and leads you a short dot down the street, just a couple of minutes, and you come to a small like apartment structure area, row townhouse, small single two-story townhomes, and you go to one of the doors on the bottom floor, and he knocks on it, and the door opens, and you see a small, kind of elderly woman open the door, and she looks outside and sees Lucian and says, "Oh, come in." Estinian's not here at the moment, Lucian, but I assume you're here to see our guest?
Ah, yes. I have some travelers who would like to meet him. We may be needing his services further.
All right, I'll go fetch him. Just wait here. And you guys go inside, and there's a small seating area, and she goes out the back, and you can hear her talking to somebody, and she comes back with another individual.
Why are all these buildings so small? I can't stand up. It sucks.
Tightly packed together.
They are made for
Where's the living
humans.
space? You're humans, but you should accommodate tall people.
That they do accommodate tall people. Goliath, on the other
Are we
hand,
not people?
Yeah.
Mr. Goblin?
I wouldn't.
Are you people?
I'm people, but I'm not giant people.
You are just itching to fight something. aren't you?
It's been a while.
You need to
It's been like
relax.
3 days since I've hit something.
Stop your whinging and we're going to fight something incredibly dangerous. Look forward to that.
You know I hate tight spaces.
So
yes.
the lady comes back into the room leading another individual.
You know what I
Ah,
say? When you can't stand up, you sit down. As I plop in one of the seats.
Hello, Nikolai. How are you now?
Master Lucian, it is good to see you. Have you brought the adventurers I've asked for?
These are them. Yes. I actually only have names from Novar, so I actually don't know which of each of one of you is who.
I guess it's best to go down the line then, isn't
You're
it?
not bad at it.
Wait, hold on. This sounds like a con. We were looking for a cleric, not a cleric looking for adventurer. What's your
Well-
name?
You said
Well, I may have used
that
message to tell him we were coming.
Oh.
Seems reasonable.
right, but the priest said he asked for us.
Yes, I've come here in town to search for adventurers to help me with problem in Kriat.
In
If you are
Kriat.
adventurers, you can help.
What's the problem? Let's start there.
Shall we start with introductions?
Yeah, that's right.
We're not going to Kriat.
Yeah,
It is so far north. That's not happening.
Calm down.
We have much time to discuss these things.
Oh, Godric, I kind of agree. What? No.
Later. I just want to know what it is.
Well, I hop up and I walk over in front of him and I fling my cloak out with all its colorful glory. I present to you Trin Twilight. Pleasure, I'm sure.
Trin,
So he's playing a goblin.
I'm a goblin. Oh, I gotta describe the whole look. I have half my head shaved, a comb over. Looks like I have gel in my hair. It's very well kept. I have a goatee. I'm incredibly handsome. Did I mention I'm incredibly handsome.
What do handsome goblins look like?
They look like Trin.
They look like me.
You know, like handsome swift.
I
That's what I picture.
I set the standard for beauty in goblin
And you
time.
set that standard pretty low.
Yeah, so I have an overcoat that's purple, spiked shoulders on it, like one row of spikes on each side. I got an amulet that has a couple of charms hanging off it, and a red gem in the center, and it's a diamond. And I'm wearing a blue shirt, and I have very tight slacks. Very tight slacks.
Are they leather?
When he walks, you hear. When he's running, you hear.
And they're a vibrant purple. My overcoat, as I hold it, you see patches and pockets all on the inside, and it's just a rainbow of color on the inside. But on the outside, it's more of a dark color. And then, and I have spiked bracelets on both sides, and I have fingerless gloves, but I have rings on my fingers because I'm fabulous like that. And you see that I also have my guitar strapped to my back, as well as a very fanciful glimmering blade, a rapier at my side. And as I shift and I show off like my luck, you hear soft musical notes come from my blade as it like shifts around and I move. And then of course the kicks, and then I like strike pose. Show you my kicks.
My Adidas.
You wear Nikes?
Well, they're not Nikes. They're just boots. They're actually kind of crummy, but they're nice for me. They're very nice, crappy boots.
You've not had boots before. I see.
No, I've had boots before. They're very nice, but I'm going for a certain look. They look crappy on purpose, but they're nice. It's like I got a nice pair of boots and I screwed them up on purpose.
I believe
It's a style. Yeah, it's poor chic. You get it? You're like, oh, it's it looks like something a poor person would wear, but it's clean. You get that? It's like a fake dirt.
Trin,
So the goblin drowns off as he's trying to continue talking to you.
we're not here to talk about boots.
I'm saying we're adventurers.
Thanks.
Boots are important. Your feet matter. Take care of them.
I'm Godric. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You see a large guy who's kind of hunching over, disgruntled about it. His cloak's kind of pulled back. It's a heavy bearskin cloak. On his chest, you see two large world serpents coiling around his upper torso and arms. And then along that actual the snakes, you see small, lightly bluing dwarvish runes that adorn the entire bit and go down towards his navel. He's wearing just some basic brown trousers and boots, and you see a rather ornate elvish sword next to it. You see the base of his chin is fully gray. The sides of his head are gray. Everything else is just a bright, fiery red. Nice. As he's just...
My name is Godric Angerson. It is a pleasure.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
And you're part fire giant,
Oh,
so your skin is
it's
like
ashen,
ashen charcoal.
Ashen charcoal
Oh, wow,
gray.
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's a stark contrast to the tattoos that are the light blue. And if you look close, they almost like hum lightly with like magical glow. Okay. Cool.
I am Katarina, and you see I'm kind of a short human woman, like 5-ish feet, 5'1". I have really dark, like jet black, super curly hair, really pale skin. I'm wearing like a dark gray cloak. I have bright green eyes that match like an emerald pendant that I wear, like a gemstone. And I also have a really thick, kind of worn-looking tome, like strapped to my belt. And I'm wearing pretty nice clothes with like cloth pants and like a little bit of a skirt, and then boots that come up almost to my knees.
I am Locke, and I'm, wearing really simple, just like slacks and a shirt, but I have a pretty fine overcoat that is canvas and blue, just like really practical outdoor wear because my last shit got ruined. And wearing leather gloves. So the only thing that really gives me away and an eye patch with a crack down my faceplate. Yeah. Just a blue glowing eye, but otherwise the face is pretty flat and featureless, and my voice kind of projects out, kind of like, old radio. But yeah, but I'm mostly covered these days, so the only thing that really informs that I'm a warforged is that I'm metal and have a like a light bulb for an eye.
One light bulb, because you have a patch on the other eye.
I do
Yeah,
have
that's
a
right.
patch.
Then, of course,
In the corner, you see a ranger in traveling leathers. He's got a long sword in its scabbard that's resting on his lap right now, and he's got a quiver and bow with him as well. And a green cloak that at the edges seems to be almost like it goes from cloth to like a like autumn leaf look to it, like it's made of leaves itself. He does not introduce himself to you.
Very well. Oh, excuse me, well, my manners. I am Brother Nikolai. I am a cleric of the Veiled Queen. I have been here in Marseille for some time. Fate has brought me here. And so before you see in simple priestly vestments, very different shades, very dark, deep, like midnight sky type of purple. And then a simple pendant on his left collar, which looks like, if you look closely, just like a white, like masquerade mask almost. It's like a white facial mask right here, and he's wearing like really even darker purple cape behind it that's clasped by that mask. He's completely bald on his head, and a very nice, healthy beard that's just more salt than pepper nowadays. He is in his upper middle age, like 40s, like dead even 6 feet tall. His hands look like they've been working their whole life, like just like calloused and weather beaten. His face is suntanned, but he has a pale complexion, being from the north as well. Very brilliant, bright blue eyes, and a casually nice smile, not like Trin's, but a friendly,
warm smile.
a friendly demeanor. Yes.
This is a who man?
Thank you. Yes, human. Human. I am
Human?
Human. Yes. So human.
And
cleric.
what you see with Lucian is very fine, almost like kind of rich people, like fancy types of clothing, different shades of lighter and darker purples. And then over top of that, Lucian wears a relatively heavy, thick gray cloak over the top.
Lucian's also human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lucian is a human sorcerer.
So we're here about the dragon orbs, not Kriyat, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is our primary goal.
That is correct.
Oh, I apologize. I assumed you were here to help me. What can I do for you?
All right. I step forward in front of everybody, and I say, we need you to save the world.
Pardon?
It's come down to you. All the planets have aligned, the fates have foretold that we need you to help us save the world. Save Terrowyn.
Well,
I think I've heard this in a play before.
Fate has brought me many places. I don't know if she has that in mind for me. I am but a humble servant of her.
Exactly.
I believe that
That's-
the goblin is slightly over dramatizing things. I believed that you might be strong enough of mind to be able to wield a dragon orb. Um, I don't know very much about this group, but based off of what they've told me, they're not very confident in any of them being capable to resist its temptations.
Excuse me. Apologize. My mind has been other matters. Resist what temptations? What?
Before we get into any of that, we are just here to get to know Nikolai, correct?
How's your
Yes.
relationship with your mother?
My mother has passed many seasons ago. She's resting peacefully in Kriot. Their soul in Elysium.
Lucian mentioned that you follow the Veiled Queen. What is that like?
Well, strangely comforting. I have no fear of death, for I know that I will be placed in her care. And I know that wherever I go, she will guide me, as I trust in fate to lead me to the places where I am needed most.
Like us, showing up here to find you, to touch orbs.
True, but there is a growing undead threat in Kriot that needs urgent attention. Perhaps not immediate. I will hear what you have to say.
That was my bet. That was it.
Do we tell him or not?
Of course we tell him.
Have you heard of the dragon orbs?
They are but legend, yes?
No. They're real.
They're very much anything but legend.
They also here in the sea.
And
In
we
Marseille.
need to get them.
Why is that?
To prevent a war. Or to stop. Or, I don't know what we're doing. Someone else said that. But we're using them against the problem.
We're at least trying to take hold of them, take them off the board from the enemy team, which is a bunch of evil fucking dragons.
How's
Now,
your relationship with the cult of domination?
Now, Nikolai, something to note. These are people sent from Novar. Novar, if you're not familiar, can be trusted, and Novar knows when to send the right people. So if Novar sent them, I believe they are the right people for the job.
And you wish to do what with these orbs?
Well, that's where we got a little bit of a mixed agenda. See, I think that they're too dangerous for anyone to try and use, and that they should probably be taken off the table. Now, all the rest of the group thinks that they should be used as some sort of tool or weapon against the dragons. There is a war coming. War going on.
Wars come and wars go.
Yeah,
Our
but
more immediate goal, though, is just to acquire them, which Lucian seems to think you can help us with.
Not a war with the pieces. That doesn't just come and go.
We're talking a second war of dragons. Undead come and go, don't they? Why is Kriot so important to you? It's your
It
home,
is my
right?
homeland. Yes.
We all want to protect our home from what we think is a very real threat.
I can understand this. But how will these orbs prevent this war?
I believe that the war is inevitable, but the orbs are what were used to defeat her once before
It would be a powerful weapon on that side.
and can be again.
And we are worried, really, what happens if what they are designed to stop gets a hold of them. It won't just be our homes that they're in danger, it will be the world.
If I understand you correctly, these orbs are real, and therefore others than yourselves also know of this fact and are searching for it, which explains your haste and need for urgency in these matters. But Lucian, I do not understand. Before tonight, I thought these orbs mere myth. How can I assist in this?
Well, early on into my research of dragons, when I found out about the orbs, I too thought that they were just myth. But through my adventures years ago, we came what I believe to be relatively close to finding some. And I believe we may have even found one at some point. We did have some issues with them in the past of not having people strong enough mind to wield them. However, I believed that you might be strong enough mind to wield this.
Yes. My devotion to the Veiled Queen would supersede almost any other enticements. I can understand these. Master Locke, you said of some sort of guardian?
It's a construct of some kind made of deuterium, so magical effects will be mostly useless, if not completely. And we have prepared with adamantine weaponry, but I'm no good with a blade, so it's simply we have to find something, some way of circumventing it or defeating it. But that is going to be a major hurdle to reaching the orbs. I'm also told that even if we get around this thing, just acquiring the orbs will activate it regardless, and it will hunt us for all eternity.
Pleasant. Lucian, or any of you, do you know where this guardian or orbs reside?
We do.
Nova gave us the location of that as well. Correct?
Needless to say, it is nearby.
Novar used to employ the group I used to work with in these endeavors before, and I do not know the locations of all of them, but we do know the general area.
So figure out a battle plan for the construct. Get the orbs, figure out what to do with them. That's the plan, right?
Yeah. More or less.
So where are the orbs?
Nearby.
They're at the circle.
In the circle we go.
That is if these two are coming along.
Novar also mentioned that the circle, since they were forced out by the Empress, was closed, and other traps may be waiting for us besides the Guardian.
It is abandoned, but that does not mean it will be easy to get through it.
It is going to be a fight just to get to the beast.
And the beast itself may be
Dead.
Do I have any additional information on how we can fight the Guardian?
Ooh.
Well, no, you would know the same things that Novar does. So, no, there's no way to beat it outside of blunt force and destroying it, the construct.
Okay.
Outside of, like, sending it to another dimension, possibly. If
Right.
the Materium doesn't interrupt whatever ritual process or process involves opening up those sorts of gates or portals, it would be the only other option. That's why mages and people who really want to make sure magic can't affect their constructs use Materium to do so. But it's a really rare ore um, much like lyrium, it's very difficult to find and it's volatile to process.
I will consider your proposition. You must have traveled far. For now, I must return to prayer and consider all you have said. Do you have somewhere to stay this evening?
I'm sure we can
We'll find a place.
Oh,
Send me
nonsense.
word of where that
I-
is, and
I will keep you guys housed at my place. I have plenty of room.
Thank you. That is very kind.
You have plenty of room, but you didn't let the priest stay at your place, huh?
I asked for my own quarters in order to better commune with the mistress of fate.
That sounds like a believable story.
I will bring you word this evening and see what fate has in store for us, all of us.
Like that, it is all fate has for me.
So you always get this
He
depressed?
needs to fight something. Just
Okay.
he hasn't. You could fight him.
I'm good.
I do need to practice with this sword. It's different.
I can show you a couple elven techniques if that's what you're looking for.
I would appreciate that. It
I can
is,
do that.
I need to learn how to swing it with only one side sharp. I'm imagining it is more circular and striking rather than just swinging.
That's a start. Timed strikes. You wouldn't want to be too reckless with it.
Katarina,
That is going to
Yeah.
as our magical offense will likely be useless, I do have a question. Are you capable of shielding yourself during combat?
I can shield myself, yes.
Do you know how to shield others?
Unfortunately, no. I believe that many of the non-aggressive spells that I have would hinder our party just as much as the construct, if not more so.
Despite it, we would definitely do not have the time, but I would like to begin teaching you how to do that, if you're willing. We won't have time for it to be useful more than likely, but unless you're truly gifted. But if you're willing.
Didn't Soyasa give you an amulet? She said it was used to protect others.
Oh, yes, she did. She gave me the amulet where I can give someone +2 to their AC, I believe.
That's pretty rad.
So yes, I can.
Well, even so, the amulet will be useful, but I have some spells that I created on my own, or modified the shield so that I can shield others, and
It's quite impressive.
it's still limited. The range is quite short. You have to be standing next to them, which puts you in the line of fire as much as them, but you should still learn it, I think.
I'll quite enjoy that.
Okay.
Locke, Katarina, might I ask about how dexterous are you?
I'm no ballet dancer,
That is certainly not my strong point.
but I can stand on I could walk across a brick wall without falling, generally. But
Okay. I do have a spell that I do know. I don't typically bring it into my arsenal of battle, but it only really helps with people who are already a little bit slippery to get their hands on.
Well, if we have time, I will try to make more scrolls, but it depends on how long this all takes, and that would take me nearly on my focus.
How far away is your destination?
Well, how far is the circle from
It's
his
just
house
near
from
Lucian's.
You have no idea. Based on the map, it looks like it's a couple of blocks over.
Lucian. How long would it take?
Oh, it's in the city.
It's
Yeah.
like next door.
Oh.
It's in the same
It's in the
district.
Magic Quarter. Yeah, the district.
It's a minute from Lucian's house. It would only be a few minutes of a walk.
Okay. For whatever reason, I thought it was outside of Marseille. Apologize. Since it is so close, I wish to pray. Let me have 1 hour, and then meet you at Lucian's with my answer.
We'll be there.
That'll give us time to get you a little teaching.
Sure. I can show you a couple things.
As long as Lucian has a backyard, that is. Don't break anything in his house. Be rude.
Believe it or not, I actually have a room in my house that is about 20 feet by 20 feet, and it is completely resistant to all magic. It's where I train myself, so should be relatively strong.
It's
And,
incredibly small.
We just got a big name.
Ooh, it's got raided.
Yeah, we just got that big raid from Kanoa Daddy with 51.
Awesome. Welcome
Nice.
listeners to Legendary Action.
Raiding.
And we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5e in my homebrew setting of Terrowyn, and the party is trying to recruit some additional assistance to help them overcome a very powerful magic immune construct that's guarding some artifacts in a vault underneath the circle.
I'm excited.
It's good times. Thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. Hope you were having a wonderful night. Hope your stream was great. Hope you all were enjoying what you were doing. But more, I hope that you enjoy what we're doing as well. Maybe. I don't know.
We're
We
all
are doing a
around.
giveaway
Yeah.
at the end of the night, after the session ends tonight. We're giving away open to followers and subs alike. Subs have 2 times a chance to win, but we believe that followers and subs both contribute to our community and our channel and the well-being of everything that we do. So we don't distinct between those two. So we're giving away that Uncaged Volume 2, which has basically 25 adventures in it based around the reimagining of female mythological creatures and their, I guess it would be just kind of, it's meant to just kind of reshape our thoughts on them. Things like Medusa, harpies, and
Subverting and
reimagining
tropes.
It's really cool.
tropes. It's a good book. A local here where we live helped her write it, and also
Ashley
she has a
Warren?
writing credit in the recent released Rhyme of Frost Maiden. So it's an awesome book. It's well worth looking through and at least owning and reading and getting ideas for yourselves.
Nice chat friend of the show.
So
Yeah.
if you follow us and stick around to the end of our session tonight, you can have a chance to win it.
And subscribers get twice the chance.
Double the tickets.
Double the tickets.
Only 1 ticket per entry. Subscribers get 2. So
It's good though. But thanks. Welcome. You know, moderators say hi, let everybody know what's going on, try to keep them up to date with the story and what's happening.
to answer
Thank
your
you for
question,
following, Lenova.
our day's going fantastic. We're playing goddamn D&D.
Yeah, most of us look forward to this all week.
That's
We're
true.
so
This is the
excited.
highlight of my week.
Yeah,
All
hell
week.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
KB11562. Welcome to the adventure.
Yeah.
We look like we've had a bunch of
As-
followers. Thank you.
as-
Thank you.
As we walk back to Lucian's, I lean over and I was like, since I've been practicing with the memory magic, if he decides against joining us, we can always make him, well, I think he did agree to go. I'm just saying, it's a fallback plan. We need a guy.
I honestly must say that I think I trust him.
No, just that, you just met the guy.
Got a good feeling. Really a feeling. I'm not sure how to describe it.
That is weird. Well, I'm just saying, we'll keep it in the back pocket for now, see what he says. As we follow Lucian back to his
And I'm
abode.
definitely heading into this training facility because I need to stretch.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like Professor X's.
I'm definitely thinking just when you walk down, it's like in the
Cerebro.
basement. There's like carved runes on the ground. It's all little,
Or are you talking about the X-Men's Danger Room?
Danger room.
Danger room.
Danger room. Danger, danger.
All right, so you follow Lucian back to his town home and basically, I guess, just spend some downtime perusing. Do you open up like your whole town home to them? Are they welcome to treat it as if they live there, Lucian?
Yes, there's an upstairs area where all of the rooms are, and as well as up there next to the rooms. They're kind of like it's kind of like a bunk room. So there's just bunk beds, housing area, stuff like that. It actually has its own like kitchen area as well attached. So obviously that's for any guests or whatever. So they don't have to come down into the main quarters of the house, into like my private area. And then also upstairs is where that training room is attached.
Okay.
Oh, we just got another raid.
JC Baggies.
6 raiders.
What?
Hey,
Fucking
hey.
popular tonight. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Legendary Action, where we're playing D&D 5e in my homebrewed setting of Terrowyn. These awesome individuals. And thank you. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Hope your stream was great. You enjoyed yourselves, had fun. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to our table, the adventure. We are... You might want to stick around because we are doing a giveaway tonight. We already did one earlier. We're going to do another one for this Uncaged Volume 2. It was made by a local or co-wrote by one of our locals, Ashley Warren, who also has a writing credit in the recently released Rime of the Frost Maiden. So thank you all for being here. We're going to be giving that away at the end of the session tonight. And we'll hang out and talk for a bit and hang out as we normally do on our giveaways. We do these every month. And they're purchased and paid for by our awesome subscribers and the donations and all the stuff we get in the tip store. So once again, everybody, you're so awesome for being here and spending time with us.
We also got another giveaway tomorrow on our special Halloween one-shots from Get Baked Polyclay Customs, custom handmade pieces of art that are dice jars. This one's a mummy with an eyeball, a cauldron with an eyeball, and then Halloween pumpkin. So cute.
Also,
you put your dice
AKA jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
Did you talk
The
about
Halloween pumpkin?
Did you talk about your pumpkin pie? I mean, your apple pie?
My apple pie? I thought it looked like kind of like apple pie from far away. It's a mummy. It's not an apple pie. It's a mummy. And also with our giveaways, we include a 25% off Fudge Loving Trading's coupon, so you can get some fudge.
Yeah, it's good
Wonderful,
times.
amazing, homemade, US of A fudge.
Yeah, and stop by tomorrow. Our very own Matt McDonald's going to be running a horror-themed one-shot from Creepy Tale from the Hall of Legends.
Yeah, I don't know.
I actually have some fudge.
Oh,
Did you get some fudge?
it will be horrific. I'll give you that.
Yep.
Why? Thematically.
Shamrock shake.
Nice.
Nice.
It's one of their
maybe
best,
both.
better ones. But once again, our giveaways are open to both followers and subscribers alike. So all you gotta do is hit that follow button, and you'll be qualified to enter the giveaway here at the end of the night. Because we believe anybody who even just watches our content and spends time with us is contributing to the overall health and growth of the community. So we don't differentiate between those two because you're all awesome. We love you all. So, you're gonna spend an hour training in the now danger room. That's what it's gonna be called.
Danger room. I'm going to be attempting to
With that many
get used
people
to
here.
the one-sided blade of this weapon.
You're the one, Danny.
Yeah, I'm wielding a sword I'm not used to. I'm like, oh my god, someone's gonna die.
That's gonna be me.
Huh.
Keep your distance. You don't have to
Anything
swing it
else?
at someone.
Doing anything with your hour?
What's Mescal?
No, can't. Sorry. It takes 8 hours just to do a cantrip, so.
Ooh.
No, I mean, I just, no, I can't even really accomplish anything. No. I just start reading.
I go thumbing through all of Lucian's stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I
Make an investigation check.
I go up
That's
to
a-
Lucian and
Luckily, it's all guest room stuff and not my
15.
stuff. But have at it.
Oh well, he's going through your house.
Yeah, 15.
15. You don't really find anything like really interesting. You do find like 4 or 5 unattended gold pieces. So you pocket those.
What?
But outside of that, it's really nothing that you wouldn't expect. There's some trunks and some closets full of clothes. Based on what's here, it doesn't seem as though he's the only person that ever like lives here, and that maybe some other people used to live here. But outside of that, there's nothing really suspicious that you come across.
Around the clothes, do I find any kind of like sewing supplies or anything like that?
So as a heads up for the people watching, for the people that didn't appear in the cast, we have Lucian, which is the gentleman underneath that guy, the DM. He is a guest player, phoning on in, refilling his amazing role he played from the very beginnings of this here show.
Yeah.
And we have another guest that does not appear on the cast.
No, my name is Sean. I am also the Flukemeister in chats and on Discord. And I am just here guesting for a little while with these lovely, lovely people here. Legendary Action. They've been a cool bunch of friends. And I pretty much just slept outside their front door for the last 3 months, and they're like, okay.
We'll let him play.
Yeah, we'll let him play.
I suppose you can sleep inside this time. I said, you know what? There's an empty chair there. Just go sit there.
Just
So,
nobody
I'm
feed
here.
Just sit there.
Just nobody feed him.
Yeah,
And
nobody feed him.
And then, of course, our beloved Kobold Max,
Oh,
who is not with us tonight. I don't know what he's doing. You didn't give us what he's doing.
He's saving
yeah,
lives.
He's
Oh.
saving the most important lives in the
Doggos.
world.
Oh, he's working?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause-
he saves animals for a living.
Yeah.
Which is
And then on
better
the
than
side,
most of what
he
we
helps
do.
us like keep audio in check. He's the greatest dude ever.
Yeah, he's our sound dude. He's fucking awesome. We're
If you
technical
haven't,
expert.
if you haven't seen it yet, go on to our Twitch bots. Check out last week's episode on Saturday. He made an appearance,
Yeah, he did. Unveiled.
and he
don't you know?
smashed
Did a
it.
great
He
job.
did great. It was awesome.
It was his first time like really playing a role playing game, and he
Yeah.
loved it. We got him hooked.
Yeah.
Now we got him. Now we're gonna. Now that our hooks are in his
First
hands, we
one's
can
free.
yank him into D&D.
Yeah.
But this time he's going, hey.
Do you want to do a quick little introduction of characters, just names and what
Yeah,
our
sure.
classes are? Starting over with the wonderful Locke.
Hello, I am Locke. I'm playing a Warforged wizard. And, yep.
You're a robot.
His name's Matt.
His name's
We got
Matt
that.
McDonald.
We got that.
We'll have old McDonald.
It's on there.
Had a
What's in
farm.
the cast?
Yeah.
What are you,
It's
Alex?
on the chat. Just
Oh,
go. Just do it.
my name's Alex. Alex the Mum on Twitter. I'm more of a lurker than anything else. I like reading what everyone else says. I don't think I'm all that interesting. But I play Trin Twilight. That's title. It's a whole thing. Don't shorten it to Trin. It's Trin Twilight. He's a goblin bard. And he's really handsome. As handsome as a goblin could be.
And you, Katarina?
My name is Tara, and I play Katarina, a human sorcerer.
Once again, Sean, I am playing a human cleric named Nikolai.
I'm a large fire Goliath, so you're going to see ashen skin, red hair. My name is Michael, and I'm playing Godric.
And I'm Justin. I'm playing the Ranger Alaric, and I am in the top 20 most handsome people of Legendary Action.
Which pushes you out in 21.
Wait, what? Who do I need to kill?
We have
New
guests
guy.
on.
Lucian, I challenge you to a duel.
Not much of a sword fighting kind of guy because, hi, my name's Chase. I play Lucian Volthier. He is a human sorcerer. And I used to be on the show when it first started.
Yeah, that's true.
Ye olde
20
cast
20
member.
episodes.
That's JC's birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday.
Oh,
Thanks for
Happy
spending it
birthday.
with us.
Happy birthday. to
1 year
you.
closer to death. Congratulations.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Or Nikolai can.
Nikolai.
You'll die. Have a good day.
Good
Good night,
business for
Kimbo.
a
We
great
love you.
domain clear.
Yep.
Bye,
It is
Kimbo.
just good.
We love you. Have a good night.
I just see you over
Sleep tight.
sometime, dude.
It is just good business. Have a good day.
It is natural. Why are so many sad faces? We should be honoring this next step.
Love it. Love it.
So you spend time inside Lucian's townhouse just doing whatever it is. You watch the goblin flutter in or out of different rooms, pick locking doors, getting into stuff, picking stuff up he's not supposed to, moving random paintings to look for secret rooms and compartments. Katarina stays in kind of a self-imposed almost meditation, learning and watching, and talks to Locke a little bit about magic. And the other two make a mess of the danger room, lighting stuff on fire, breaking whatever they can, as hard as they can, but with no progress.
I'm so happy.
As the room is magically enchanted to stop damage from occurring outside of it. So,
Oh, I'm up there casting cantrips left and right too. Got to teach
Oh,
Godric
left
how to
and right.
cast.
yeah, that's not Locke. 10 years worth of Locke can't do it. So after about an hour and 20-ish minutes or so goes by, you guys hear a knock at the front door, and it is Nikolai arriving almost on time.
It took 2 minutes to walk in.
I fling open the door. Welcome to the Lucian residence.
So,
Worst guest ever.
opening the door, you see Nikolai again. However, this time he is attired in this beautiful half plate that has like intricate, like engraved ravens' wings all on its pauldrons and stuff going down its arms. You see that same white mask pendant clipping on his cape, and the rest of it you just see like sigils and stuff inscribed on this half plate. Like under one arm, you see a great mace that is just like going all the way down to this wickedly spiky, blunt object at the end. And as you look at it, like light almost seems to be like sucked into it a little bit, like it just like shadows are wrapped around it a little bit.
Neat.
And then over his back, you see like a little shield that's poking out, and he, looks up, says,
At the side of that, she's joining us. Hey, everybody, he's joining us. Hey, everybody, hey, I start going through. Hey, that left dude's coming along. I start running through that.
Why are you yelling?
He's here and he's joining us. He's decided to join us.
You're always yelling.
I'm so glad I didn't have to cast a spell on
I'm
him.
not
to change
yelling. I'm
memories and
talking
stuff.
normal. There's a difference.
No, he's here. He's downstairs. We're over there. Oh no, I got lost. He's at the door, wherever that is.
Where you are?
You find that Trent has made his way into one of those spare broom closets and has turned himself around in a fit of joy and excitement.
Can I shut the door?
Yeah, sure.
What's the matter,
I just
you?
shut it.
Yeah, it opens right back up again.
Very funny. As I fling up my coat. There he's at the door.
Alright, so you go inside as Lucian's? Okay.
yes, Lucian, thank you for having me in your home.
Of course, you're always welcome here. After saving me from that terrible demon, you're always a welcome sight here.
It was but lost soul trapped here and in its confusion was wreaking havoc. It is at peace.
Yes, and I have no ill will against it. Unfortunately, it had no place to go, but of course it was still stirring up quite a bit of trouble in my home.
These things happen. Where are the rest of your compatriots?
I believe they are up in the... I don't really have a good name for it. I call it my spell arena.
Your explosion distant.
I have prayed and have answered. I wish to speak to you.
Ah, yes. Please help yourself. And I just, I give you a gesture up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna go, I guess, towards the spell arena.
Okay.
Wherever it seems like people are.
Alright, you see heading up that direction, Godric and Alaric are kind of in the hallway already with Trin gathered up there, and then Locke and Katarina follow you up the stairs towards them.
When I approach, bow low.
See, I told you he's joining us.
I have considered your offer, and your proposition, and your plight. I have prayed, and I agree. It is fate that has brought us together. However, I wish to ask one thing from you.
No, there's a catch.
Yeah,
There's always a catch.
The answer's no.
After I help you succeed at this quest, please hear me out, and please consider our troubles and
Oh, we just have to hear about your troubles? So it's like a therapy session. Oh, you're on. Yes. Does it go to shake your hand? Yes, totally. We can totally do that. We don't have to do anything. Just listen. Yes.
I ask only that you hear me out, and should fate bring you north, then that is how it must be. So,
That is a better deal than the last one.
Which one specifically? There have been so many.
Exactly.
I will help you, this guardian in these orbs. I do not know how long the mistress will have me in your service, but I will do what I can.
I'm okay with this.
We could use your help.
It's pretty late at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, it's hitting that point where lights are starting to come on, and they're going and turning on the street lamps and stuff.
Shall we make our battle plan tonight and then go out in the morning?
Morning battle is always nice. Gives me time to sharpen my blade.
We could also take more time if we need. There's no need to rush. I would like to get as much information on this garden as we possibly can. Noah didn't give us, he gave us a lot, but...
Well, if it is here in city, perhaps there are records we could search, find history or lore about.
I imagine they probably keep them in the tower.
Did you ever go into the circle? Do you know its layout at all?
That's a good question. What do I know about the circle?
Because if you know any of the rooms or layout, specifically, I would want to find where they keep records or information.
Or dragon orbs.
Well, we know where the dragon orbs are.
I lost about half of that audio.
Oh. I was asking if you know where they might keep records or information on, anything, really, in the circle, if you do know the layout.
Well, let me just reach back into my memories here, see what I can dig up.
Open the brain box. Reach in.
Hey, isn't that your stick?
Brain box?
Memories?
Memories is my shtick. Yeah, but that's only if it's messed up. If your memories are messed up, I fix the memories.
Reputations.
Oh no, I can't fix anyone's reputation.
I can try. I've been reading. If anybody got that, you got a hint of what's been next tomorrow.
Nightmares.
Yeah, a little.
I'm calling in.
Huh?
I'm calling in.
You can't call in.
Oh,
It's too late.
shit.
Sign a contract.
I've
We
already
love the
died
storm.
once on stream. Do I have to do it again?
Yeah.
You know, friend, I'm sorry to say, probably.
Well, I mean,
Great.
I've died a bunch of times on stream too. You get used to it.
Yeah, that's true. And technically, he's died a lot out of the people. We can start next Friday if you want.
there's no time like the present. You know, I can help you. I
So
can
do you
guide
want to
through
make a
this
check or
difficult
something,
process.
Lucian?
Sorry, I was just waiting to see how that audio fix was coming along. It sounds a little better now.
A little better? Okay.
So I believe when the circle had moved out and got kicked out of the city, it's very likely that they've probably taken anything of significant importance. If there's anything left behind, it probably will not help us.
So what you're saying is we just rush in and kill it, right?
Russian.
I have never personally fought a guardian, but I believe that you guys have weapons that will be able to deal at least some sort of damage. Locke and Katarina and myself, if you'd have me, would probably not be very useful with most of our magics.
We have some extra weapons. I think that were in the box.
Well, even then, just having people who know magic helps getting there.
You've seen me stab. It's not good.
Yeah, that's fair. How is your weapon adamantine?
My weapon
No.
is blessed. Oh, yeah. Are you asking which one? Me. Yes. We should see that. Because he answered.
It was for both of them.
My weapon is blessed by Veiled Queen herself.
Is it adamantine?
It shall do the trick, or it won't.
Well, if it doesn't, I have a backup. I have like a dagger and the longsword left. I think that was in the box.
Prefer my mace. We shall see.
Think this into it. Backup plan.
Thank you. I now have an adamantine dagger.
Dagger? Sword.
You said dagger. I keep it back up.
And it said you had a dagger and a sword, and then you just went.
Take this.
Yeah, I was thinking holding the sword down.
I guess he's a Goliath, so maybe the sword looked like a dagger.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Like, oh,
Okay, I'm holding it 3 fingers like this. He's gonna die.
No, he's not a very intelligent character. He's like, wait a minute, that's a dagger, not a longsword. What the hell?
Hey, sorry, same thing. Hey, this is this.
I offer the dagger to Lucian.
We have-
Absolutely. I will just switch
we
that
have
out
a
with my
crate
current
with
one.
these items.
This is what I brought. Oh, hang on. The crate's on my back, isn't it?
No,
No.
downstairs.
Did I carry it?
Off of the
Soon.
carriage, yes.
Much of it went into the bag of holding.
See if I remember.
Wow, you need a proper fight. He is all just jammed up.
It has been like 5 days.
Yeah, just about 6. Give or take. Anyway, that being said, so you're coming. So were we gonna spend some downtime plotting this out?
I say we,
Maybe scoping out the circle?
after we just sleep at Lucian's, enjoy our day before we die, and then we go in and fight the thing. But then again, I'm not the best plan maker here.
You know, a little bit of pre-planning can go a long way, especially with them tricky wizard folks.
Who says we
Well-
have to do it all in one day?
Well, speaking of pre-planning, I do know that getting into the circle will not just be as simple as walking in. It has magical locks and possibly traps, and there are people observing it, trying to learn how to get in. So there's many things we do need to consider.
We do at least have these, and I'll hold up the keys that Novar gave us to get through like the vault.
It's the key to find one.
Is there any...
I think we should. This is just a thought. You said it's being observed, which we should assume anyway, because assuming we're the only ones that know the orbs down there would be foolish. We have the advantage of the keys and knowing that there's a guardian there. What if we snuck in and just went through a little bit at a time for as many days as it took to unlock every door, broke down every barrier, and then snuck out? And we did our best to be unobserved. It's risky, but safely. It's risky and someone else could catch us, capitalize on our work.
Why don't we just get in there and go to where the vault is? Don't we know where it is?
Because we don't know what's between us and the vault once we're in.
I imagine a lot of terrible things.
Right. So do you want to just try and smash through all those things? You'll probably get vaporized.
That's always my answer.
Do you want to get vaporized?
Maybe.
Vaporized is when you fall apart painfully and you can never be put back together again.
Do you know
No, I changed my answer. No.
vaporized is what happens to wood when it's in the fire, except it happens much faster.
It is.
Fire's good, though. I like fire. It's warm.
I get it. I'm okay.
You
Yes,
don't
you
want-
die horribly.
Well, never mind then. How slow it is.
It's a thought.
What about, like, you know, can we get a backstage pass? You know, like a membership card or something?
The circle is abandoned.
And maybe, I'm just saying, maybe someone's away on a trip, and we can be like, oh yeah, I'm Grand Ancient Wizard, you know, Bombardo Lombardi.
No, they didn't leave it
Lombardi.
of their own accord. They were ousted by the Empress.
Well, what I'm saying is we just pretend we're a part of their club. Yeah.
We don't want to be
Get
a part
on
of their
in.
club, not in the city, not current.
But we get on it. What I'm saying is we do use that to get in. Get on the inside.
I'm for sneaking in.
But like we want to pose as members of the circle,
Yeah, maybe.
people who were banished and then closed their circle.
and then ran out of town.
All I'm saying is maybe it's just a matter of knowing a secret handshake. Let's.
This circle is abandoned.
You're
This would be
saying
an extremely
that
poor
if we
idea.
can prove to the traps that we belong, they'll be activated.
Oh, there's no people there?
No,
No. The
Oh, I
tower
thought,
itself is the problem.
I thought there was like
no, it's
people there.
It's completely abandoned, and the traps have been set to keep people from getting to the secrets they couldn't carry.
No,
We
that
might
makes a
sneak
lot
in
more
so that
sense.
people on the outside do not notice.
Secrets. There are secrets.
Well, if there's nobody there, we gotta slip
Undoubtedly.
by.
It's
I'm down for
a
the
place
day.
of magic. Imagine there's some magically hidden secrets.
And not all of them
Well,
would
they
be
would have taken
portable.
that with them.
Unless
all
it's
of
so
them.
hidden that they didn't know it was there.
Maybe.
Then I doubt we'll find it.
Yes,
Maybe.
discovering these secrets would be beneficial.
Possibly.
The question is, how are we sneaking in?
Look, we're practically talking in circles here. We go down there, we react accordingly, and we confront the creature when we're ready.
I agree.
We
There's
take
not
the
a,
orbs.
there's not anything outside the circle that could help us. My strategy is simply that we secretly or visibly enter, deal with them slowly, methodically, even if it takes several days, and this might not even be possible. It could be the traps simply reset even after they've been deactivated if they are sitting for too long.
I do believe that being as cautious as possible will give us the best chance of fighting this construct as we come across it.
So I suppose really my only plan right now is that we should find a way to be invisible when we get in.
What about maybe we can learn from someone else's mistakes? Anyone else tried getting in there? Maybe I could go hit up some taverns, talk to the people.
It's not a terrible idea.
I believe it may draw some attention.
How so? I'd just be curious. Oh yeah, dude, I totally heard that circle got banned. What's up with that? I heard it's like abandoned now. Anyone ever go in there?
You are a goblin. You could easily just anybody loot that place yet?
Well, I was thinking about maybe just scout around when I go to foreign lands and stuff like that. Especially that aren't too keen on getting people not sharing their secrets with me. So normally I'll pretend I'm somebody else. It's hard to do because I'm just so damn great. Sometimes other people don't want to see it.
I'm just saying, I like the sneaking option.
Well, the sneaking option exists,
I say we
At
do it
least at the
tomorrow
beginning.
night.
and I can find a means to get us.
Do it tonight. I
Yeah.
mean,
We could.
how many of us took naps in the carriage? I'm rested, ready to go.
Yeah, especially if we're going to be in there for a day. We take it slow. I would just make sure we've got packs to sleep in.
We could take it. Well, that's also an option. We could just carry supplies and expect to sleep on the ground. Well, it's we go.
Well, if we're gonna go directly in there, it doesn't really buy any time to do any carousing.
And I say we just go in. We're all ready to learn. To go.
I'm just saying,
I think it could be bad to see if maybe someone has already attempted something.
I'm sure something's been done once they got kicked out of the circle. I'm sure there was. It's kind of a big place.
This is a big
Unless they got
place,
chased out of town.
and despite how you should know, despite how pretty this city is, underneath there's plenty of people who would love to break into that circle.
As
Yeah,
much as
I'd
I
be
love
very
all this
surprised if they
banter,
didn't.
might I interject?
Oh, but yeah, I got you in here. I'm sorry.
I have been inside before. I do know the layout.
Helpful, but he doesn't know all the traps.
I do not know all the traps. However, I do know some of them. I do know that there is a 10-foot outer wall, and once you're inside of the grounds, there's a shifting living maze made out of hedges. And once you get inside past that, there is a living armor, and it is called the Soulless Guard.
I hate all of that.
Well, here's the simple answer. Has anyone got in yet? Lucian.
Past the traps that I do not know of. I've been inside and I've been to the vault, so I know where it is.
That is all the information we need.
I may be able to do something about the hedge too.
When did you go to the vault? Like back before they got kicked out or banished or whatever?
Yes, precisely.
If I have time to prepare spells, I may be able to help us. find.
We should definitely take
I
a look.
also would not be against just enjoying the city for a night.
We want to enjoy the night, or we want to take like an hour or two and then go there. Go then.
We should go tomorrow night.
If we have a better understanding of what's inside, and perhaps my conversation with Lucian help with that, can prepare spells more adequately suited for these tasks.
I agree. I do believe that all of us spellcasters should get together and formulate which types of spells we will be bringing into this battle, and divvy up the more utility spells evenly so that we don't bring some of the similar things.
This is wise.
Where's for me? I don't have any shopping to do.
Well, we could go figure out what the political layout's looking like. If the Empress knows that the dragon orbs are here, why hasn't she tried to take them?
She's probably tried.
She's okay. If the Empress of an entire nation can't do it, what the hell are we doing?
If she doesn't.
Oh, it's possible that she doesn't know of it, in which case you would be informing her of it.
Didn't
Unless we're careful.
Novar. You said carefully and involved me. That is confusing.
Novar,
Didn't Novar say he had? Didn't he?
they were, yes, but knowing that the circle had them isn't the same as knowing where they had them. See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I like it.
She knows that they were in their possession. She doesn't know where.
And the question is, if she hasn't got them in,
She didn't know where to go.
you have to be everywhere inside.
Maybe so, but
It's still a good plan. If we ask questions first.
maybe they have gotten all the way to them. And something about those keys make it possible to actually reach them. Or that guardian simply outshined whoever made it through.
Yes.
So it sounds like we got a plan. We'll go cruise. You magical people talk about magic and formulate it. And get all of your right magics. Then, I don't know what big boy will do, but something. Practice.
Very well. We depart in the morning to retrieve these orbs.
I think it best we go under the cover of night.
Yes, we should go tomorrow night.
Go tomorrow.
But it gives us tonight and the rest of the day tomorrow to gather any supplies and anything else we may want to do. Improving our preparing spells. And we should probably get some potions, some healing.
That is, I will go potion shopping.
Yeah, there you go.
I have some in my stock. I'm happy to share with you.
Well, we're happy for that, but I'd like to buy out the city.
Buy out the city.
He's not left. Be serious.
If we
Try.
can. Because I had a rather unpleasant experience last time. Rather not.
You got fucked up.
You didn't have an eye patch before.
I didn't.
Something
Anyway.
touched his insides.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You know, maybe Locke doesn't want to know everybody and their mom knowing about that.
Mr. Locke, one time I'd be interested in discussing with you your concept of death.
I hope I never do.
Do you want to have souls?
So the plan is to stay the night, shop in the morning, and then wait till nightfall to try to infiltrate the circle?
Yep.
I would actually like to go shopping at the enchanters before, so that I can become attuned with some items.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should be able to do that fine. That's what they're going to do tomorrow.
Okay.
No,
As long as there's
I
enough
don't
time
know.
to attune, then that'll be fine.
Yeah, it only takes an hour to attune to that.
Now, I would like to try and carouse
We
a
got
little
another
bit.
raid.
maybe use disguise self and my actor feat to appear as someone more approachable, and then go around to some of the local taverns and pubs and just like get a lay of the land. And if I hear anything about the circle, maybe drive some conversations towards that, see what I can dig up.
Okay. And you want to do that tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight and some of tomorrow if possible.
Okay. We'll spend some time doing that for sure. And then potion shopping as well, finding an alchemist probably.
And before we venture out to go infiltrate, I'm going to use the cold rune on my elven greatsword, and I'm going to use the fire rune on my adamantine greatsword.
Okay.
Misty Fortune, thank you so much for the raid. Party of 5. Welcome to
Thank
the
you so
channel.
much.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome. Hope your stream was great. Hope you had fun. Hope your viewers had fun. Everybody's good. We're all good here.
We're doing a giveaway in a little bit, so make sure to stay tuned. It's open to followers and subscribers. Get a 2 times multiplier, but all of you are members of our community. We appreciate you sharing us with your community as well. This has 20. It's Uncaged, Volume 2, 25 adventures. Great book.
Yeah, we're giving away because we love you guys.
Love.
We give stuff away
So hard.
And you know, if you really wanted that, you could sell to get double the chance.
Double tickets. What is its retail value at like $30, $5, $5 commitment, and 2 times multiplier? It's a pretty good deal. Just saying. But we appreciate you just stopping by and hitting the follow button if you like or enjoy what we're doing or providing, and just for giving us a chance. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
I'll tag along with the goblin for sure.
okay, so you two go out and basically hit up go bar crawl a little bit, hit up a couple of taverns and some stuff. Most of the discussion is, it's hard to trudge up anything that you don't know already. You do hear some stuff that kind of just reinforces what you guys have been told by Lucian and by other by Novar, the information you've been given. Most of the people that you come across are under the impression that the circle was sanctioned and removed because they were found guilty of plotting against the Empress and undermining her authority. So that's why most people are under the impression that's why the circle is gone. One of the other interesting things that you hear is you hear a little bit about the Dragon Reasonableness and the church that was built here, or the temple that was built in Marseille, and it's still partially under construction, but it's basically almost finishing. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of pushback from anybody who is middle class or more well off. Most of the common folk are pretty receptive to the concept that, you know, if Bahamut and Tiamat could come together and rule over Terrowyn, then it would more than likely be beneficial for everybody. But there's also a great deal of religious conflict between those people who really believe in Vivian and the founding story of Lior, that their people settled here and were the first knight was blessed by her, the first paladin, and the knightly orders were built to protect them from all that history around them, protecting them from crazed beasts, monsters, dragons, and malicious fey creatures that inhabited the wildlands of the area. There's a lot of people who feel very strongly that this new religion belief coming in is kind of undermining that foundation. And you do overhear kind of like this wealthy noble in one of the nicer establishments talking about how he doesn't believe that they belong there, and it's kind of upsetting the people under him, and it's causing just problems. So anybody who lives near or close to poverty is okay, and anybody who's noble or well off, makes the merchants affluent in any way, they're just this is undermining the social norms and the system that we work very carefully to cultivate in Lior, which is their lands, their title, their knights and the people who are in charge is, and they think it's dangerous. And there are some people who fear that Vivian will go so far as to slow the streams, reduce the quantity and quality of harvests, and just lash out at the people for what's happening. But those are only maybe a couple of people who are talking like that. Outside of that, you do find out that a great deal of wizards and royal guard and soldiers have been seen at the circle at times.
Entering it.
Not entering it.
Occupying it?
Nope, not occupying it. On the outsides.
Okay.
There are at least at any given time a dozen guards patrolling the outsides of the circle, and they heard that the circle has killed multiple wizards trying to enter it. Just outright killed them. You also hear that supposedly the Empress is going to be throwing a ball here very shortly, where she's going to be bringing in most of the heads and lords of Leor to discuss something important with them. And you hear this from a servant chambermaid who works in the palace. You also hear that Lucian's uncle is the person who is personally responsible for the efforts needing to get into the circle. That's about all the useful information that you pick up through an entire evening of carousing.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Really good. I'd be willing to bet then all those nobles she's going to be talking to, I'm talking now, right? All those nobles she's going to be talking to is part of trying to get up in there and figure out what's going on. Maybe doing some recruiting.
Maybe a few of us should go.
To that ball? I guess it's not outside the question.
Balls have performers, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do like performers. I guess if we make it out of this whole circle situation, we can put that on our to-do list.
I might be able to gain access to it. I'll certainly try.
No, you have some nobility. If you tried to use that,
Okay.
which I'm oddly almost embarrassed about, seems like.
I'm not embarrassed about it. I just would like to keep a lower profile.
I don't get it. Here's how I walk off. Walk off back
If I
to
knew
the-
you could keep a secret, maybe I'd tell you one.
Boom.
Boom.
Right in the goblin giblets.
Yeah, right in the goblin giblets. So while you're out doing that, you're all at Lucian's making the plan. You hear a knock at the door at Lucian's.
Well, I answer it, of course.
So when you open the door, you see a royal messenger and about 15 royal guards. And the messenger comes up to you and hands you a paper and says that my lord, your uncle wishes your presence as soon as possible tonight.
Thank you. And I hand him 1 gold piece.
Thank you, sir. He takes it and turns around, and the guards are all standing there, looking at you through the door. And there's a really nice carriage outside. Your uncle's, you're used to seeing it on a regular basis, with the running gold trim and purple of Leor's heraldry. And until next Friday. Jumping on that, send us on our way. Once again, remember to use those emotes, say hi, pass on the goodwill and all the love in the community that you can. And hope your night is as legendary as our. Hope your week is as legendary as our night was. So have a good night.
Taglines.